like this, and it's going to be doing it on a level 100 Ragnar, so definitely not inexperienced by any means. woolala, on the other hand, a 2-0 victory over Guichabou's Queen Nai, the best player in the bracket thus far. So this is going to be two players that are going to be battling it out. We're getting into game number 1 on Demon Island. No better place to start us off here. Demon Island, long stage, no soft platforms, and very small walls. Going to be tricky to avoid those spear downers, but we'll see how both players do. We get into game number 1.
Yeah, excited to see us get started here. It's going to be interesting to see, like you said, Speedy, this is his first time on this big of a stage, and nerves are definitely a factor here. He's going to have to try and hold himself together, not get too much in his head, and just keep trying to run through the Orion, doing quite well here, making himself in, but that unfortunate Ensig taking his stock at a ridiculous percent. Great first stock.
I mean, really, really smart. What you're going to be seeing is because of the changes to the grounded leniency, you're now seeing players opting to not burn dodges very early versus guitars, and the legends that have signatures off of downlight, for example, that aren't true confirms, but if you don't dodge immediately, you get hit by it, are going to find a lot of success. And we see Speedy now with the extension there with the down sig, the damage slowly building up. GC down sig coming out from woolala here, who's continuously trying to fight back into this game, but with the axe pickup and a 3-piece, Speedy is running away with this game with a quickness. The weapon toss coming out, no dodge, ground pound too low. Speedy dips a little bit too low as well, trying to get a chase out with the nair, and we see an evening of the stocks, but woolala taking quite a bit of damage so far.
Yeah, woolala already well into that second stock there, in a scary position here. Speedy not letting those new tournament nerves get to him. He's getting that end light, not able to convert off of it, but we're starting to see the Lance Blender come out. Not quite going to be able to finish it, but a great side air, able to take that stock, and woolala is showing that he has some experience to his name. He knows what he's doing here. A great stock there, able to wow, oh my word, that hitbox was that was a hitbox indeed. We're back to even stocks already.
Yeah, jump scare signatures. You love to see them here coming out of the Ragnar from Speedy. If you're not awake, that's going to wake you up quite quickly. Both of them making the wake-up calls happen. We saw that extended Lance string. Now we see a signature come out and a big end sig now for woolala, who's doing so much damage to Speedy, but Speedy trying to stack on top of Rocket Lance. That's a great option, but a jump side air calls out a jump. It's a guess for game. You guess wrong. The jump gets caught. Another side air comes out, looking to line up a triple side air, and woolala taking game number 1.
Really well done. Just absolutely seeing the strength that Orion can have, running away with that game pretty quickly. The first stock, Speedy was kind of putting on a bit of a show there, putting on a performance for the people in his first top 8, but woolala showed that he has the confidence. He knows how to play these rounds, knows how to play into that set play, how to get into his opponent's head, and using that to his advantage. Great game 1 going in the way of woolala.
Yeah, absolutely. You love to see that. I mean, immediately getting gimped very early, getting caught by like 2 NSIGs, that could be very crushing to your mental. But woolala, I mean, if you're going to be upsetting someone like Guichabou on their main legend, you're going to have to be very solid at dealing with guitars, dealing with getting gimped early. So great tournament wherewithal, I mean, immediately in this elimination side top 8. We see a swap over to Western Air Temple. 2 soft platforms that will move vertically up and down, so you have to be careful, especially versus Spear that's so good at sharking these platforms. You're already seeing it, a lot of nairs and recoveries from woolala.
Yeah, absolutely. That the spear helicopter hitbox is going to be putting in some work here. That side air going to get a nice confirm there, and a great early stock from woolala, just playing some confident spear. He knows what he's doing there with it, able to take Speedy off the stage very quickly. woolala getting started here with not too much damage to his name on his first stock, starting to run away with the game a little bit, but Speedy gonna need to mount a comeback here.
Oof, that's a big pickup. Sidelight into the side air, the recovery to call out the landing. Speedy somewhat floundering in the disadvantage state, burning the recovery there, trying to get a bit of an extension off that, but woolala is not going to give it. The pogo going to come into effect. Nice recovery though. Deep angle to get the hit back out to whip punish the down air. And this is where Katars want to find a lot of success, but woolala is not giving any sort of shenanigans with the N-sig. The Nair will trade out. The Nair will send downwards, and Speedy evens up the stock count, but quite down in the damage. You're definitely going to need to bring this one back in that department as well.
Yeah, absolutely. This is where those tournament nerves are going to start to come into play. Speedy on his first big run. woolala's been here before. He's more confident in this scenario. Speedy is going to need to hold it together. And unfortunately, the dash in, woolala was able to call it out and find that spear recovery there, giving himself that stock lead here. Speedy gonna need to pull something together, gonna need to keep his nerves together. woolala getting him off stage, but Speedy able to convert it back with the nair, trying trying to find his way through, but again, they're just trading off stage for off stage. One of them's gonna need to find something here.
It's so hard to find your way in, especially on the ledge against a rocket lance that's so good at whiff punishing. If you're trying to rise with aerials, for example, side light into down air, into end light, catching the no option. Now we read, it's a guess for game. He guesses the jump side air. We avoid it, but the down sig will put Speedy in a terrible spot. No recovery. I love the patience from woolala, not trying to force the KO, but allow it to come to him, realizing that he's found so much success in the corner. Weapon toss, unarmed down air, looking to tap it in here. Just an unarmed down air. That time, a side air will close it out. Yes, it will. And woolala with a confident 2-stock to take game number 2.
Very well done. I think woolala is realizing that the mental game is gonna be what is important in this set. He's holding it together well going into Speedy here, and Speedy's starting to flounder. Like, we're seeing him have to be put in situations where he's just guessing wrong, and woolala is able to convert off of it and find a lot of really good stocks there.
Yeah, I mean, it's exactly what you need to be seeing. And I mean, so much confidence. I want to give credit to woolala, like just completely holding the control of the stage, saying, you know, all the times that you're getting any success is when I'm putting myself in the corner. If I keep you in the corner, I don't have anything to worry about. And it's, I mean, clearly showing in the game plan. That's a 2-stock game number 2. So already woolala, Speedy's going to have to definitely come up with some adaptation. And I like this. We're going to small worlds end, the smallest map in the map pool. No soft platforms. You also can't go underneath the stage. So you're going to have to force a lot of interaction here. And that's what Speedy did in game 1 that found a lot of success.
Yeah, absolutely. I really like this map pick. He's eliminating that issue. He was getting sharked under the platforms by that spear a lot.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, a really great conversion there from Speedy. Able to find that first stock so quickly. Ragnar Sigs sometimes just do that to you. Sometimes you just get hit by that end sig and you have no clue what happened, but a great KO from Speedy there, taking the first stock. The momentum is in his favor, and players coming off of an upset, a little bit of momentum going. You got the crowd behind you. This is exactly what Speedy needs. Getting that offstage interaction, finding his way in, playing around that down sig so perfectly. They're not able to connect the end sig, and suddenly woolala back into the driver's seat. Needs to find something here to try and even this up. The whiff is neither able to find a conversion there. And the side air, yes, it is going to be enough to do it. woolala evening up the stock count, but he's going to need to find something here to even up this damage.
I mean, all in all, I'm very impressed by Speedy, who's also capitalizing on this lead. But this is the point I was going to say in game 1 where Speedy kind of faltered in holding the lead. But now that you're 2 stocks to 1, you're happy to play in this situation. woolala on the Orion, looking to pick up a weapon shortly here, but the axe will whiff punish the unarmed D-Light with a side light into Nair. Nice damage build up, and going unarmed with the ground pound to Nair will beat out that hitbox, and a swap over to the axe. woolala getting weapon starved. woolala not finding a place to really land here, finally picks up a rocket lance, but you've taken so much extra credit damage just trying to get back to the stage.
Yeah, Speedy trying to find his way back in there. Oh, the axe recovery hitbox nearly gonna do woolala in there, but able to make his way back there. Suddenly back into neutral, taking their time here. Speedy able to get the guitars, not able to get the recovery. He's waiting so patiently. He's going for that hit into wait, just trying to wait for him to throw something out. woolala able to find that insig, but not able to find the recovery there. The Sair is gonna be enough to do it. woolala needs to find a big final stock here if he wants to be able to take this out with a clean 3-0 sweep.
It's going to be quite difficult, I think, for him to make this comeback happen, but anything is possible on the rocket lance, especially if you burn a dodge. The downer will send low, lining up a ground pound now, gets the punish on the axe recovery, the double ground pound! woolala takes it away, he steals the game, the dragon's wings have been clipped and slain, and that's going to be a crushing defeat in game number 3, but woolala takes it, and that's just what happens versus rocket lance. The end light punishes the dodge in place, the double ground pound to close it. woolala is on that as well. I mean, Guichabou was looking very stylish, looking good, feeling good, and I expect him to win this set. But Hexo did take out Sandstorm this bracket, so I mean, he's been playing really well himself.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an always unfortunate to match into someone this close, but I would assume if they've played this much together, they have a solid understanding of each other's habits. They know their way around how each other plays. This is gonna be interesting to see. Playing against someone this close to you, it can be very scary.
Okay, nice side light there. Sorry, one second. I'm getting an audio flashbang. Give me a second.
Yeah, I'm also my audio is blowing up my ears a little bit. I think we are. Yeah, there we are.
All good. We go back into this one, and yeah, I mean, us casters were only so human. So much audio going on at once, but we get into the game. Guichabou has quite a bit of a lead. Hexo playing on the Nyx, the main protagonist in the newest Brawlhalla comic tells Brawlhalla Tales Nyx. You're going to need Protag energy to beat Guichabou for sure, though. This is looking rough, and Guichabou is definitely looking for some cheesier options here, landing with these late aerials. But as I say that, Hexo gets a KO off the top. Nice pickup.
Yeah, very well done. Guichabou, while he did lose the first stock, he is looking very confident. Like you said, he's kind of like swinging with these cheesy landing aerials, kind of playing like this is his tournament to win a really interesting Ensig there. The Nair not quite going to be enough to do it. The weapon throw not going to take it, but the ground pound will do it. A great setup off stage, just able to put himself in a great position there. And it's like you said, these Katars are showing to be very scary here. He's been using them on stage to great effect here. Going to be interesting to see if he is able to just keep this lead going, keep this momentum going in his favor.
Seeing Hexo really smart, realizing that Guichabou wants to either get directly on top of or burst in horizontally. We see why he wants to get directly on top of, but Hexo finally punishes Guichabou for a deep side air and a double side air, and Hexo flips the edge guard attempt, a side air into the stage. So smart. That's 5 side airs hitting its mark for Hexo. And that's going to be Hexo with a 2-stock-to-1 lead over his teammate. This is PR number 5 in North America on his main legend. This would be a pretty big upset for a player, even of Hexo's caliber as a side sig. Will find its mark. Hexo in a bad spot. Nice jump sider with the unarmed pickup of spear. The sider won't connect, and Hexo looking to flip off stage. No dodge now from Guichabou. The recovery into the sider. Deep down air. Gets the nair off the sider. Punish. Guichabou needed the sider to get a chase dodge up, but instead Hexo gets the nair, reverses it off stage, and finds the KO. Oh my goodness.
Amazing job by Hexo, and it's exactly what we were saying. When you're playing against a player you're this familiar with, you know the habits already, you know what you're going up against, and Hexo is showing how to use that to their advantage. Really well done. A big 2-stock win over Guichabou. This is, like you said, this could be a massive upset in their favor. Getting started here, going to, like you said earlier, a very small, I'm blanking on the name of the stage here already, but very smallest stage in the game, gonna give Hexo a lot of room to play around with, but on the flip side, gonna give Guichabou a lot of room to try and get this here. The Nair is gonna take him deeper. Wow, a really smart edge guard there by Guichabou, able to get that, just get those Katars.
Oh no.
Katar Nairs. Ooh, trying to put him into
happening.
the half pipe. No, I'm seeing, this is the Katars. They're doing the Katars things. I'm scared.
Yeah, I mean, this is welcome to Brawlhalla. Truly, that's the Guichabou. We like to call it a legendary combo. The vortex that Guichabou can put out is quite incredible to deal with. A jumping Nair as well, looking for a downwards hitbox there, but we're picking up another pair of Katars down air into wait, going for an D-Light, but an Ensig instead, and Guichabou is running away with this game. If this is not the most Guichabou game of Brawlhalla I've ever seen, I don't know what would be. It's exactly what he wants to see.
Yeah, absolutely. The most wild call-out Ensig there to end it. And again, he's putting him back in the blender. Tried to get the jump read there, but was not able to find it. Hexo gonna need to find something here. Trying to use these blasters to slow down the game a little bit, but the downlight gonna call him out there. Not quite able to get it. Guichabou put off stage, but the Nair is gonna flip the situation on his head. Goes a little bit too low. The Ensig's gonna do it, and that's the first stock. This first stock going towards Hexo. Gonna be able to put himself in a great position here.
Okay, wait a minute. We're getting a lot of side airs now, looking to land with a D-Light. The side light will come out in time. Guichabou looking to avoid that N-Light anti-air with his down air. And we see Hexo going for it all with a GC side stick. Guichabou doesn't get the recovery out in time as the double down air comes out. And Hexo is even up the stock count. What an incredible catch from Hexo there. That was really clean. Guichabou now getting put on his last stock. Picking up a pair of Katars though. Any light hit, side light, down air, recovery. We'll find the KO there. Guichabou taking game number 2, but oh my goodness, that was a complete 180 from the last game.
Yeah, Hexo nearly was able to flip that back on his head. He's playing like they have their tournament run on the line here, and they do, in fact. That's a great nearly a reverse 3-0 there. Again, they weren't in a great position to try and flip that on their head as much as they wanted to, but a really great start showing that they're not going to take this lying down. 1-1 here. This is going to be a very close set, it seems like.
We get into this next game. We got Small Fortress of Lions That soft platform will stay in place and then move horizontally around the map and stay in the corners, which will make it difficult for some players to land. That soft platform can be very difficult to deal with, especially versus these weapons that are so good at sharking. Nice weapon toss up from Guichabou. Hexo takes the weapon toss, immediately throws out another down air though. Guichabou looking to throw away the spear, not wanting to do anything with that weapon. We know what Guichabou is all about. He's all about the guitars, and he's going to play for it.
And he is showing why he is all about the guitars. A great NSIG call out there. And a great Sair. This is not a great position if you're Hexo, but he does make it back out. That ground pound not going to be able to find it there. Hexo finding the down air. Going to put Guichabou back into a bad position. A greedy nair there, but he is able to make it back. Going to need to find something here. The weapon throw not going to be able to get anything out of it. Trying to go for a wild call out with that down sig. Was not able to find it, but the ground pound is going to do it. The helicopter hitbox coming out there.
The Thunder Spears seeing an early appearance in this game, but unfortunately not hitting its mark. It's a really cool signature, but Hexo looking for his helmet. A lot of half pipes from Guichabou. So much damage build as well. When you get one dodge called out, or if you don't go for any defensive options really, but a down air into recovery, even exhausted, will find the KO off the top. Hexo keeping this game relatively close.
Yeah, they're trying to keep this close here. Very tight game, but Guichabou gonna be able to find it. Again, throwing away that spear, like you said, they're playing towards that guitar. That's what they're known for, what they're using well. Trying to find their way back to stage there. The blaster's gonna put out a lot of damage here, but a swing and a miss there on that NSIG. Gonna need to find something here. Hexo in a scary position where one solid nice sig might be enough to do it. The down air, again, he's just using those blaster hitboxes to his advantage. The downlight into recovery, not gonna quite be able to do it. Needs to find one good swing here, evening it up so close, but a great spear call out there. Amazing conversion there, calling out the jump and able to get that NSIG.
It's good to see the crossover getting a little bit of flourish there with that GC NSIG, the Thunder Spear anti-air on the Mikasa. Down air into side air though for Hexo will be the option. I'm looking to chase high with this recovery. Do we go for a GC downlight? I love the option covering Guichabou in case he didn't fast fall down, trying to wait out his options. Really smart stuff. No dodge now. This is the tax you have to pay. Guichabou dodging, throwing his weapon completely downwards. Hexo is floundering off stage, but somehow they both make it back to the stage. Just kidding. GC downlight to down air the wrong way. They both make it back. A down sig comes out from Guichabou. I don't know what's going on, but somehow they both make it back to center stage. Guichabou still with a stock lead. Where are we going?
Guichabou, what are you doing?
Nothing. The way he fast fell and he's gone.
He said, "I have the stock lead. I don't need to hold on to this for too long. We'll just run out and try this. Let's go out and see what happens." They are both floundering out here, just throwing out moves to see what hits. This is that like friendship bond when you get these plays. They're like, I know your habits. I know what's coming next. I'm ready. I know what I can look out for. Great downlight there, trying to bring him off stage again, trying to continue these offstage scrambles. Both players, it's going really even in these offstage scrambles, but an amazing Sair conversion there. Really well done by Guichabou, giving them that 2-1 lead. But again, all of these games are going so close. Neither player with a clear dominant lead here. I would not be surprised if we pull this all the way out to a game 5 here.
Yeah, I think this is like, in terms of like skill disparity between two players, this might be like the closest match. I feel like both of these players definitely have opportunities to win this one. But we get into this next game, we go back to Small Fortress of Lions. That soft platform has found not really much activation in this set, as they both have been taking it off stage. Guichabou, Thunder Spear, immediate weapon pickup on the guitars. Hexo, I should say, properly dodging up to avoid that side air and down air, which could have been disastrous if you give that to Guichabou. And Guichabou is holding forward right now. Hexo has no time to breathe.
Again, Guichabou has just been doing exactly that. He's been W-keying to the best of his abilities, running in and just getting up that damage so quickly. Guitars is able to rack up damage. So scary. A very greedy call out there by the Guitars. Not going to be able to find it. The NSIG, again, going to be swing and a miss there from Guichabou, but the Sair into the weapon throw. Really good conversion. He caught he caught him swinging greedy there on that scythe, but he was able to find the conversion. First stock going in the way of Guichabou.
Oh no, it's a full half pipe. You can't get red like that. The first punch, no,
don't give it to him
again. He keeps dodging the same way. Guichabou was reading it 2 times in a row now, already lapping in damage with up a stock as well, and more defense stance on the Mikasa here as well, or more defense in general, not just the stance needed.
Absolutely.
Okay, the jump down air from Hexo. Okay, that's a good down air, but the weapon toss will give him a little bit of time. Guichabou in that case. Hexo, nice, taps it in. GC downlight into ground pound.
Yeah, really nice conversion there from Hexo, able to get that get a really nice confirm there at the end. The GC downlight into ground pound, kind of the Brawlhalla thing, but again, the half pipe is back. Guichabou going for these hard callouts. He knows how to use these guitars to scut such a scary level. This is absolutely terrifying to see. Went for that end light into just waiting for Hexo to throw out their options there. The side light not going to be able to convert into anything there. Another one trying to call out that dodge in, but not to be able to find it there. Another side light. Again, he's looking for this down air. He knows what he wants and he is going to find it, but the Sair is going to send Guichabou off stage. Guichabou deciding to recover high. Hexo threatening that recovery, but never actually pulling the trigger there. Again, just trying to find his way in. Not quite able to do it. Guichabou just kind of shoved into the corner there, not able to regain center stage. And there it is. Guichabou did get exhausted there after that recovery, so Hexo is able to find that KO there, giving them the lead.
Okay.
Great.
Oh, that's a very important there to avoid getting hit by that ground pound. And the side air will come out for Guichabou as well with a weapon toss. Looking to tap in a KO here. GC end light, but an unarmed recovery. It's not enough off the top. Hexo now getting extra credit in his case, but Guichabou will get a recovery on the spears. And we go to an even stock game number 4.
Very close coming out here. Game 4, very close. Guichabou, sorry, English start. Oh my word, he went so deep there.
Oh,
the side
geez.
there, not quite able to find it.
Oh,
But
no!
there, oh my word. No,
They
not
make
quite.
it back. Another down air. Ground pound comes out. We avoided the recovery into the wall. Guichabou with the jump in air. The dodge as well avoids it again with a high recovery back to the wall. The ground pound comes out. That chase dodge downward side air. Hexo makes it back with sweat beads. The weapon toss into ground pound. This is what makes Brawlhalla so great, is these edge guard situations, and somehow no one gets KO'd. Everyone makes it back. Guichabou with the weapon advantage. Incredible exchange from both players. The NSYNC comes out, but a side light from Hexo, looking to close out an edge guard, even unarmed, but picks up some blasters.
Able to reset neutral here. Both players on death's door, and there it is. The end light into recovery, able to clean it up. Guichabou getting that. That was 3-1. That was the win for Guichabou. Very well done. I was blanking on what the set count was for a moment. Amazing job there. That was such a fun set to watch. Both players.
Finalist 2025, placing very well. Kind of the player that it's like your favorite top player's favorite player type of thing, where it's like everyone is like Dragy Waggy's #1 fan. A lot of like, you know, ups going to Dragy, and Bunny on the other hand of it, somebody who's been at the highest level, hasn't won anything yet, kind of one tier below, you know, the likes of Guichabou and the likes of Balloon Boy and Marky Moo in North America, but still a community tournament demon, a money match demon. So this is gonna be quite a fun matchup. Kind of the young bucks of the bracket, and we're in winner side, so the whoever loses this will get sent to elimination side. Their bracket won't be over yet, but you definitely want to confirm your podium placement if you can.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Coming in from winner's side is always just more enjoyable even. Wow, the Raymond Downsig nearly just ending their life there, but oh my word, a great offstage exchange. Not going to lead to a stock there, but going to rack up a lot of damage, but those cannon nairs are going to do the same. Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, both players wanting to stay on winner's side here. It's just so much easier on the mental if you're able to stay on winner's side. You're not playing with your like tournament run on the line there. You still have more room to breathe. So definitely both players going to be playing their heart out here, trying to hold themselves together.
I love the wait from Bunny. They're looking for the immediate dodge to try to punish Dragy in the event that Dragy tries to go for a reversal. The side sig comes out to create some distance between, but it's not working quite yet, and that side air will punish the NSYNC from Dragy there. That 7 NSYNC does a lot of damage if it fully connects, but it's quite punishable if you're in the right spot, and Bunny will show just how to punish it, and then getting a nair on an exhausted opponent to find that KO.
Yeah, very well done by Bunny. Bunny showing kind of what Raymond can do, just being off stage with Raymond, threatening either one of those GC down sigs, but Drago, sorry, English, is able to show Dragy, sorry, is able to show why Spear can be equally as threatening, finding that really nice conversion into recovery there, but Bunny not taking this laying down, converting into that into some damage here. Neither one able to find a big combo here, but again, both players, neither one able to find that good dodge read that they need, but here comes that offstage situation. Bunny, the nair, not quite going to be able to do it. but it looks like
Wow.
Dragy not going to be able to make it back. Went a little bit deeper than they were able to make it back from, and that is going to put Bunny up 2-1 here. A good position for them. They're able to just kind of hold this together, not try and overextend into anything crazy. They have space to breathe.
Yeah, this is something that Bunny's going to bring to the table, is really, really strong edge guarding flowcharts, a lot of aggression, and you know, Bunny, for the Smash fans out there, kind of like Wizrobe in the sense where it's like if you're not playing exactly perfectly, this playstyle doesn't work. But when Bunny is on, it's really, really good, getting these edge guards, really pushing like to the absolute limit of playstyle. And I mean, so far to what I see, Bunny's playing very, very well. The edge guards are working versus a player of Dragy's caliber. Just goes to show how tight this edge guard sequence can be. The side light there, get a nice punish with a side air from Bunny, putting Dragy in a bad spot. Dash jump, Nair catches Dragy with a great side air into the weapon toss to close out that stock on a reversal.
Yeah, really nice reversal there from Dragy, but he rack up a lot of damage there. But gonna be on English. Sorry, Raymond coming out here, gonna be trying to find something there. The axe recovery, not quite able to do it, just a little bit short, but the Sayer gonna be sending Dragy back off stage. Bunny threatening that down sig, not quite able to find it. Neither player were able to convert into too much off that offstage scramble there, but both players just need to find one good situation here, and it could flip into either player's favor. Very even in damage here. Dragy in a great position here. The down air just barely whiffing. Not quite able to find it. The recovery is going to send Bunny back out off stage. Whoa, a great side sig call out. Just not quite able to work out in their favor. But Bunny putting themselves back into center stage. This could be scary. What? Wow. Oh my word. Oh dear. That would have hit me. That would have hit any top player that you know. That would have hit every single player ever. My word, the most crazy call out from Bunny, just running out there, throwing out that N-Sig. Wow, I don't have words. I do not have words. Amazing call out.
It's actually really conditioned from Bunny there as well, because a lot of times Dragy would go for low side airs to get back to the stage, because the side air on cannon gives you a lot of horizontal momentum. So Bunny dipped all the way below that and went lower than what Nair would go for. So Dragy is clearly trying to avoid Nair. How do you avoid Nair? You go above it. So Dragy actually goes higher there, and because Bunny goes for N-Sig, the very long vertical hitbox catches Dragy holding onto the wall. Really, really smart conditioning, and we saw that, I mean, as early as stock number 1 from Bunny. And yeah, that shows like the experience from Bunny for sure versus Dragy. I'm sure these two have played each other many times, and Bunny definitely showing the caliber difference so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Dragy gonna need to find something here, and that's what they've been able to find at the beginning of this game. They're able to just kind of play that clean sphere gameplay, trying to find whatever they can get, holding on to center stage, but Bunny able to kind of reverse the situation back into their favor. A huge spear string, not quite gonna be able to do it. Raymond definitely a bulky character, so not gonna drop quite yet. The Sayer is, wow, the Sayer is gonna be just barely enough to do it. A really good first stock there from Dragy, showing that they're not going to take this line down. They're going to try and hold this together, try and keep their tournament run in the winner's side here. Wow, a really smart weapon throw, just not quite able to do it. The down air almost going to be enough. The Nair going to put both players back on stage safely, but immediately Dragy's pushing Bunny back off stage. A really smart side sig there, able to hold it together. Bunny going very low here, and Dragy's there to call it out, but going to be able to make it back. Both players scrambling here, trying to find whatever they can, resetting neutral here, but the side sig, a really smart GC side sig, gonna be enough to do it. That being said, Bunny does have a bit of the damage is definitely more going up against them, so they're gonna need to reverse this back into their favor.
Nice anti-air pickup there as Bunny's looking for those anti-airs, or at least call-outs of jumps out of the corner with nairs and side airs. Bit of a flashbang there, weapon toss downwards, trying to get a reaction out of Dragy. Dragy won't bite that time. Okay, and here it is. We're waiting, going for the big N-Sig call out there. Didn't get it. Maybe that was down Sig. Regardless, trying to go for a big call out. The recovery does come out as well.
Yeah,
Bunny's just waiting so patiently.
Really scared. Wow, a great Sayer from Dragy, able to get a big conversion there in center stage. The 2-1 lead in their favor. This could be kind of scary. If they can hold on to this, then this might be able to even back up that game count. put them in a much easier situation. Bunny trying to find something here. Both players just playing carefully, playing that careful neutral. Neither one really wanting to take too crazy of a swing, but not quite going to be able to take a big conversion there. Bunny, wow, a good recovery call out by Bunny, just taking him there. Trying to juggle them back up into the air. Bunny has been showing how scary these offstage situations can be. So Bunny's going to need to try and force these offstage situations. That's been where they're finding a lot of their damage and a lot of their stocks these last couple of games. So gonna need to find that there and continue in the spots that they know they can win.
Nice little pickup there. Dragy definitely worried about giving dodge reads there, actually taking the damage from a sidelight into recovery. The Nair will catch. Dragy with no dodge, gets his dodge back in a second here. Does finally get a dodge back and immediately takes advantage with that recovery. Goes for the very late exhausted recovery, going for a couple jumps there, trying to catch Bunny falling asleep at the wheel, but Bunny fully awake, punishes that down sig attempt from Dragy, who's trying to find a KO off the top with it. Nice Nair. GC Endlight drops the conversion. Sidelight side air. That punish will find its mark, and Dragy is going to take game number 2. It's 1-1.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like right now when we're watching these two players play on stage, Dragy is just playing a little bit more confident, playing very careful. We saw a lot of really good adaptations from game 1, but still, Bunny, anytime that you end up off stage versus this player, suddenly your tournament life is on the line right there. One good call out and you're done. The KO is going in their favor. You're in a terrifying position. So gonna want to see Dragy trying to avoid those offstage situations, and Bunny on the flip side gonna want to force them to the best of their abilities.
Yeah, and I think there's definitely been a change of tone and pacing in this match. I think that Dragy, playing a legend like 7, great whiff punish options, great like kind of hitboxes to contend with the gauntlets from Bunny, isn't really wanting to go for anything too crazy. As I say that though, getting a ground pound GC down like from Bunny, the recovery will spike Bunny downwards, and we barely have enough to make it back with the exhausted recovery, but an unarmed ground pound will continue. The edge guard waiting there, going for the sidelight, double exclamation points from Bunny. They both make it back, but the damage clearly going into the favor of Dragy, who gets a sidelight there, the down air to continue the attempt to juggle from Bunny, and Dragy throws his weapon away in that process. A little bit of a dribble once again of that weapon toss, but a sidelight into downer will find the KO off the bottom.
Yeah, again, as soon as you say it, the commentators, not even, that was a commentator's blessing more than anything. The Dragy decided to just go out for that risky call out, and it worked in their favor. They racked up so much damage off stage, and once again, Bunny in the corner, and being in the corner against Cannon can be very scary. A skilled player and piloting this weapon can find some crazy conversions with 1 or 2 good call outs there. Finding that sidelight, again, going to put Bunny off stage. Bunny able to regain center stage here, and suddenly Dragy's the one off stage. Raymond not able to find anything. Bunny trying to find a conversion. The late Nair is going to continue this juggle situation, but a very quick conversion, flipping the situation on its head. A great sidelight down air from Dragy, calling out that N-Sig with the down air, and 3-1 going in Dragy's favor. Amazing job here, and it's like you said, they were slowing it down there, but now they're kind of picking that pace back up. They're starting to have a feel, starting to have a download on Bunny, and they're just playing with confidence, playing with momentum behind them.
Yeah, and all the confidence and momentum so important versus a player of Bunny's caliber who can easily derail your game plan. A wise man once said, we all have a plan until you get punched in the face. Bunny really like lives that motto, especially in Brawlhalla with the gauntlets. Dragy landing with a side air. No side air into Endlight on a low dex legend, so you have to go for a bit of a read there. Niche interaction doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things, but something to note for sure. Looking for the pogo, dash jump pogo. Nice side air from Bunny to whiff punish. And a GC down sig. Dragy with sweat beads. You don't make it back. We go to last stocks. That's the trap that Bunny can definitely set off stage. She's so good at finding those edge guards, especially when you think you had an opportunity to get a little bit of damage and make it back to stage safely. Bunny will make you pay your ultimate price of a stock for it.
Yeah, very well done by Bunny. She was just able to, or by Bunny, sorry. She was able to just do exactly what we said earlier. Off stage, Raymond is such a scary character, and Bunny piloting them is even scarier. Wow, calling out that fast fall with the Nair. Really well done by Dragy. Again, they're showing that they have the confidence going behind them. They have the momentum going in their favor. If they can just keep this up, this could be a massive run for Dragy, holding on to their winner's side.
We'll have to see now as Dragy, I mean, definitely in control, and quite interesting to me that Dragy's not going to be swapping off this map. I feel like this map can definitely be difficult to deal with as a Bunny. I'm sorry, not Dragy, but seems like we're going to be continuing going here. Yeah.
Yeah, not quite able to find the triple down light. As a spear enjoyer, anytime I see the opportunity for a triple down light, I'm like, I don't care if it's gonna hit, I'm gonna go for it. It'd be funny if it worked, but not gonna be able to find it there. But the cannon is gonna be able to convert. As a cannon enjoyer as well, I understand you get into those offstage scrambles and suddenly everything can go in your favor. One good down air, one good ground pound.
Oh!
But wow!
Yo, that was
Whoa.
crazy. The chase dodge was so sick. What an incredible coverage.
That was so well done by Bunny, just covering all of the options. Really, really well done there. Made me eat my words a little bit. They flipped that situation straight back into her favor. Really well done. A bit of a greedy side sig there by Dragy. It looks like he's just trying to find something here. They want to get this situation going back in their favor, but they can't get too greedy here because, again, Bunny off stage, this player can become so threatening so quickly, but a good jump call out is going to be enough to do it. The downlight into Sair. The spear bread and butter going to be wrapping up Bunny's first stock.
Yeah, and because Bunny was picking up the gauntlets that they cycle to in their weapon spawn, they now have to deal with Axe at low damage. And I feel like Bunny hasn't found so much success on low damage Axe, but I mean, anyone can really sidelight into Nair, so you're going to see Bunny going for that a lot. That's the second sidelight Nair, and quite a bit of damage build for it. Player of this caliber, sometimes you just have to pick the weapon that will get the job done, and if you need to do damage, sometimes the easy thing is just to hold on to this Axe. 2 down airs, another sidelight into Nair. That's the third one of this stock, and so much damage build for Bunny. Only light attacks really so far.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're playing very carefully. They're not trying to overextend or go for anything crazy here, but gonna be picking up the gauntlets here, and this can be so scary off stage. A really nice jump call out there into a landing call out. Wow, well done. Applause. I would have exploded there. Very well done. Goodness gracious, very well done by Bunny.
really smart to hold on to the soft platform, and then GC downlight, having such a horizontal hitbox, it actually beats out the weapon drop animation or the hitbox of the spear, which is something that players will rely on to land on. Dragy thinking, I can land with my spear here, definitely could not.
Yeah, going into a player like Bunny, you're never safe in any situation. You throw out those like, oh, I'm probably okay if I throw this out, and you're gonna explode probably, which is what we're seeing again. That sidelight recovery, bringing them back up into the air. 7 in a scary position here. Dragy gonna need to find something, trying to get that double sidelight, but not gonna be able to find it. And that slide charge down sig can be so threatening. That hitbox coming out, a really good I'd say not quite enough to do it. They're going to need to find something here. Bunny taking their time here, neither trying to overextend, not quite able to find that recovery after the dodge there. Trying to get the Sair to send them back off stage. The last hit of the down sig is going to send them back out. Looking to use that weapon throw to cover a lot of options there. Neither player quite able to find it. Again, they're just trying to find something here. Wow, the wake up side sig. The wake up side sig does us all in eventually. Very well done. A great conversion there from Bunny, and I believe we are moving towards game 5 if my game count is correct.
Yeah, we go to game 5, and we are very, very close here between these two players. And honestly, I didn't think that this stage was going to work out for Bunny, but in this case, it definitely did. Finding a lot of success on the Axe of all things, which is going to be so important. A lot of side lights, a lot of end lights coming out of Bunny's side as we go into game number 5. I believe our first game 5 of this top 8, and versus 2 of the hottest up and comers in North America for sure.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's like you said, we've seen Bunny able to get a lot of damage out of that Axe, and sometimes when you're in this kind of high pressure scenario, just kind of taking that easy damage, taking those sidelight nair, taking that end light is just, it's the best decision. You're not risking anything. Wow. But they're deciding to risk something there. Yeah. Wow, a great ground pound there. The first stock going the way of Bunny. Dragy kind of playing off the back foot a little bit here. Gonna need to find some major damage very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, really intelligent there to not go for the immediate nair off the dodge, but realize that Dragy has only one option, and it's to refresh at the wall. So then you just jump ground pound. Very clean conversion from Bunny after getting a dodge out from Dragy off stage. Dragy now having Bunny off stage with sweat beads. That Axe nair will cover so much. We see a side stick into the Axe. If you ask me, that should have broken the Axe in its place, but maybe in the future that could be something cool. But as of now, Bunny holds on to this Axe and is doing tricks with it off stage, right off the wall, throwing the weapon again. But that side stick will cover that dodge in place a little bit too early on that dodge.
Yeah, that side sig, it can cover so much there. It's right when you think it's the hitbox is gone, the hitbox is active just a little bit longer than you expect it to be. So we're seeing Dragy trying to continue to convert this. Both these players holding forward a little bit right now, able to find his way past that. Oh, not quite gonna go the way of Bunny. Both players kind of scrambling there off stage, but Dragy was able to weasel his way back on stage. Oh, wow. I thought that Sarah was going to be enough to do it, and I do think that weapon throw will. Again, Bunny has been doing so well of just finding those little situations off stage where you think you're safe, one good call out, and suddenly your stock is gone, and you are in the blender once again.
And this is the Bunny that we all know and love, up 2 stocks to 1 off the back of some crazy plays off stage. The weapon toss off the axe, the nair to send Dragy back up. The ground pound does hit Bunny. Bunny dodging the immediate ground pound attempt. If Dragy went for it, didn't get it that time, but no sweat beats come out this time, and no nair to give a chase dodge. And Bunny with the axe off stage, a little bit of false confidence given to the side of Dragy, saying, I haven't really been getting much on the axe. Why don't you come off stage?
Like you said, but I'm excited to see them here in this Platfight top 8 going into Seeingshade. Seeingshade gonna be blocking in the Sentinel here. I haven't got to see as much hammer play today, which is, again, probably my favorite weapon of all time to watch, to play. It is just so cool. I liked it when it was bad. I liked it when it was good. I like it now when it's still good to my understanding, so I'll take what I can get.
Absolutely, and megD gonna be sporting the newest crossover. With the Levi, so I'm excited to see. But yeah, Seeingshade finding a lot of success on the hammer when I was streaming pre-top 8. But I mean, wouldn't it be? But this might be the first Levi timeout here. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is off the table for a player like megD, who will push the limit of what Brawlhalla can give him in order to win. And you'll see some megD movement coming in very shortly here. But sticking over to the Qatars, both of these players know the name of the game, and we're in the off season, baby. It's Qatar time. Everybody has been leaning into this weapon so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a little bit conflicted here. I'm watching like one of my very favorite players versus the only person I see right now sporting my favorite weapon. This is so sad, but it is going to be exciting to see here. Yeah, megD again doing what they do best, just taking their time, not trying to overcommit here, just waiting for the other player to swing first and taking advantage of that. Really well done. Love the play that I'm getting to see here. Both players just, again, taking their time, Seeingshade, not trying to overcommit, and does have the damage lead right now. And against a player like megD, you want to keep that lead. You don't want to put them in a position where they're able to run away on you. You want to force them to run in, and that downlight Sair is what you want to get with hammer. Very well done. Great first stock, and I think going into a timeout player as an ultimate player, we get lots of timeout players, so this is what I'm used to. I'm prepared for this. You want to just kind of get your lead early and hold on to it to the best of your abilities. Again, nearly that recovery was almost able to do it, but this Sentinel Qatars is playing so very well here. Playing it just, again, neither player trying to overcommit, neither player trying to go for anything crazy, and right off the bat, I nearly had to eat my words a little bit there, but again, just taking their time, neither player trying to do anything too crazy, taking their time. Trying to find their conversions here.
Yeah, and with megD on a sword now, you're looking for GC D-Light into recovery, or just a straight-out recovery to find a KO. D-Light into side air will be also a great KO option towards the wall. Not even needed, though, as that D-Light into recovery will find the KO. Slicing and dicing his way into an even stock situation, but it's not quite as even as you'd love it to be. You definitely have to catch up in the damage. But it's the Qatar mirror now, as we will see many times in this bracket as the Qatar players are continuing to push forward in the bracket. Enlight into recovery. Nice whiff punish from Seeingshade, getting a recovery of his own. Enlight waiting for the dodge. Gets the dodge, not the right spacing or timing on the nair, but a right idea. And megD has been now mixing up his dodges a lot more successfully in this stock, not giving away anything. As Seeingshade just needs an N-sig there. Doesn't KO, not nearly enough to KO, but still happy to get that a bit of damage as megD is somewhat scrambling to find a hit here, and a nice dodge from Seeingshade into an Enlight, getting a disarm onto megD now, picking up a pair of Qatars looking for this edge guard. Gets a down sig out as megD whiff punishes a side air unarmed in his face, and that will find the KO and an easy one for Seeingshade.
Yeah, Seeingshade, I'm really loving this. Again, they're kind of taking megD's more patient, passive playstyle, and they're almost using it to their advantage here, just playing very patiently, playing patiently alongside megD and not trying to overcommit, waiting for megD to have to commit on their end. And once they've gotten the lead here, Seeingshade is just kind of been running away with the game here, getting that Qatar conversion, not going to be able to get too much out of it. Taking their time here, looking to just wait for megD to land on them, finding again just these little 1 to 2 two-piece combos are what they need. megD starting to find a little bit of an advantage state here. That recovery is not quite enough to do it, calling out the jump there just to rack up that damage, and megD needs to find something here. They're not in a great position, but the dodge call out from Seeingshade able to continue this damage, continue to rack it up. megD is gonna need to mount some sort of a comeback here if they want to come out of this game unscathed.
Oh, what a pickup from Seeingshade as you say that, though. Did you see down light into ground pound from Seeingshade? Puts an end to that game with a quickness there. Seeingshade looking very confident into megD.
Yeah, Commentator's Curse did strike once again. Very well done by Seeingshade. Like I said, he was not trying to force anything, not trying to overcommit. It seems like they have a lot of confidence going into this more kind of slow, patient playstyle, and they're using it to the max of their abilities. Very well done by Seeingshade. An early lead here is kind of what you want to see. You want to keep megD playing on the back foot a little bit, so megD is gonna need to find some sort of conversion here. Gonna need to flip the game on its head a little bit if they want to try and keep their winner's side run alive.
We get right back to Small Fortress of Lions, and if you haven't already realized, this is kind of everyone's favorite stage right now, so you're definitely going to be seeing a lot of reds and greens and bright oranges. So if you are colorblind, we're sorry, but this is what it's going to be. Downer coming out now, looking to continue this juggle. The side light will come in, end light into wait. No option, just trying to get a read on the movement here. As megD lost that last game, didn't really get a lot of information. To be completely honest, Seeingshade ran away with that game and continuing to do so on this hammer. Really, really surgical hammer play so far. You love to see that. Some hammer players definitely like to hit the buttons. Seeingshade, very reactive, picking the spots when needed. I'm sure there's a Sigma male quote I could be given about that, but I don't really know off the top of my head like that. But he's doing it for sure. If this is a Sigma hammer, I'm here for it.
I was going to say, I think this is the first time that I am very here for the Sigma male quote on the hammer. He's just playing so carefully. And again, as a hammer enjoyer, I understand the big buttons. They're very fun to hit. I play on a GameCube controller. That big green button, oh, it looks so good. It feels so fun. The dopamine hits so well. But Seeingshade playing so patiently. They're not trying to just like rush in and swing, not trying to rush in and hit their buttons, taking their time, not overcommitting here, and that's exactly what you need to do into megD. But megD able to find a really nice conversion there. Again, that's what we've seen. megD able to find a lot of their stocks in that way. Just wait for you to swing, wait for you to overcommit once, and get the best punish you can from it.
We go back to a Qatar mirror, which I would like to say has been going in the favor of Seeingshade, but in this game, megD seems to be the one on top of this mirror.
Yeah, both
looking
players.
for the anti-air with the downer. Okay, wait a minute. We push him off stage. No, megD dodges immediately back to the stage. We get a side light to send off stage. Ground pound coming out. Very hard to punish that ground pound. That's actually one of the fastest moving and hardest to punish ground pounds in the game. And you'll see players like Guichabou use that to their advantage. Seeingshade taking a book out of that. megD, though, D-light into side air. Nice and easy on arm recovery. Continues the juggle. Picks up a weapon. Sword now with a D-light into side air. D-light recovery. We're starting to see very dire straits for Seeingshade.
Absolutely. Both players, neither one really wanted to commit to any crazy option, but that downer into Sarah is going to catch. megD needs to find something in this offstage scramble. Let's Seeingshade get back on stage, but keeping them in the corner. The downlight not going to go in the... Wow, a really nice conversion from Seeingshade. It's like you said, this hammer is surgical. They're just taking their time, never overcommitting there, never trying to like swing when they're not able to. They just wait for you to put yourself in a situation where they can find the hammer downlight. But megD doing exactly the same on the sword, waiting for you to put yourself in a situation where you can find that sword downlight and getting the conversion out of it, evening us back up. This is a very, very close game here.
Yeah, and Seeingshade looking to pick up a weapon here. If I'm not mistaken, he cycled over to a pair of guitars, but megD with the half pipe, put your helmet on Seeingshade. You're in a bad spot now as the nair comes in. A little bit of extra damage. We pick up a hammer, though, so there's definitely going to be continuing to get some space between. But right now, megD not looking to give any space. Recovery into Nair. The Nair finally not hitting its mark. Seeingshade been 2 for 2 on that before that whiff. Might have to be going to some OG Mafias there with recoveries into down airs, maybe. But the recovery from megD, not enough to KO. The weapon pick up, but it's not enough to give him some space. megD gets a recovery, and it's now 1-1.
Yeah, really well done by megD. I loved just kind of, again, both of these players are so patient and they're playing so carefully here. Neither one wanting to overcommit, go for anything crazy. They're just taking their time, and megD just won out on the scrambles there. Both players kind of got forced to take some very fast guesses there at the end, and megD was able to come out on top. But all of these games have been very close. It's very, very, very doable that Seeingshade could flip this back in their favor. I loved what they were doing there with the hammer, but the Qatar mirrors were often going in their favor as well, so they might want to end up relying on that a little bit more. That being said, there's a reason that they are behind the sticks and I am behind the mic. I trust whatever Seeingshade decides to do here.
Yeah, I do like the Demon Island pick here. It's a smaller wall, so you might find some more success off stage with Hammer, as well as Qatars, of course. And I believe it's pretty similar in terms of like the horizontal space, but obviously no soft platform. And you're seeing megD immediately find or reaping what you sow by leaving this map open. You immediately take a lot of damage as you have to go into sweat beads to avoid getting hit. Seeingshade getting a big juggle. The damage slowly building now.
Both players just taking their time. They're lingering just slightly outside of each other's threat ranges, but megD is able to get a big conversion there, getting the mini half pipe into the Nair, just continuing this pressure, the damage racking up on Seeingshade here. Seeingshade in a scary position, not able to get a conversion off stage, and suddenly Seeingshade has regained center stage here, but the end light is going to go the way of megD. megD putting Seeingshade in a scary position, but once again, the off stage is flipped. My commentator's curse is kicked in. They're switching back and forth here. Damage is very even, but a really nice side sig from Seeingshade, able to get put megD in a scary situation. The end light not going to quite be able to do it. A really good whiff punish. And well, Seeingshade was looking for something there, and they did not find that something there, I guess. I'm
not seeing what Seeingshade is seeing there. You know, I don't see the vision, if you will. Like, that's quite a difficult one to see. Too shady. Not enough clarity there in that image.
Oh yeah, that's why the shade was there. And the NSYNC works there. Okay, we reset. Nothing happened. Seeingshade said, "You saw nothing. I didn't either ever get hit. I never SD. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. I'm safe. I don't know what you're talking about."
Oh, side air, ground pound. Guess for game. You guess wrong. Side air sends it directly downwards. Okay, we make it back, though. We get back our resources right before he got hit by that side air. I think he was able to briefly touch the wall, get some resources back. Going for the ground pound there on a dodge in. Didn't get the right read. Downlight, downlight, downlight. Avoids a triple downlight. That would have been bad.
Yeah, it was really smart conversion there from megD, just finding the read on all of these dodges. The end light not quite going to be enough to do it, but it does put Seeingshade in a scary situation. megD still unarmed here, or sorry, they have the sword now. Don't listen to me. I have Smash player eyes. I don't see these tiny little swords get picked up. But megD able to continue this conversion. The downlight into recovery is going to be enough to do it. megD starting to run away with this game a little bit. They're barely into yellow health here, and Seeingshade is gonna need to find some big conversions here to try and flip things, which is what they wanted to find there. The Qatar damage not gonna rack up quite as quickly as they needed to, and megD already putting them back into these juggles. That end light into nothing is so scary every time you imagine your tournament life exploding before your very eyes.
Dashing forward with the side light. Seeingshade is having to jump a lot, and you don't want to be the person that's jumping a lot in a Qatar mirror, because it's very easy to anti-air on Qatars and call out those jumps. And as megD finds more and more control on the stage, it's becoming very difficult for Seeingshade to really find any activation. Now you get control of the side lights. That's going to be a dodge. You get a full half pipe, put your helmet on. It's not going to save you even if you did wear one. The downlight comes out, the recovery as well. And Seeingshade takes quite a bit of damage as megD is up a stock. I do remind everybody. And the signature will find the KO on the Levi. megD with a 2 game to 1 lead now.
Yeah, really well done by megD. Again, they're just playing so confident here and so carefully. I love that sig there at the end, and they're starting to kind of find their way through Seeing-Shade's game plan. Seeing-Shade was kind of they were going patient gameplay for patient gameplay, and megD is starting to kind of find their way through that. And again, once megD gets a lead, megD with a lead is one of the scariest players that you will ever see. You will put you in situations where you have to guess for your life, and Seeing-Shade, again, he just lost a lot of those guessing games. There were a lot of situations where the downlight into nothing just went the favor of megD. The damage racked up quickly, and megD was able to come out on top 2-1 in megD's favor. A really a very close set so far, but megD starting to run away with it a little bit.
And now we see a swap from Seeingshade over to the Petra. I am gonna just like fill you in here. I'm like Orb's #1 fan. Petra, I think, is like the best legend in the game right now.
Okay.
I mean, maybe not so much anymore because of the Qatar getting buffed, inadvertently buffed. But high strength Orb, you're gonna see Seeingshade hit like end light, side air, and it's gonna put you into yellow immediately. Petra is an incredibly strong legend. This should be very. I think this is a great pick for sure for Seeingshade.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be interesting to see. There's no weapon crossover from the Petra to the Sentinel here, so it's going to be interesting to see this fresh new game plan, a fresh new gameplay here. So sometimes these desperate counter picks can go in the wrong direction, where you're putting yourself into a situation where you're uncomfortable. But Seeingshade, a confident player here, I have full faith that that they can kind of flip this, use this Petra to their advantage. But megD is definitely kind of running away with it a little bit here, getting a solid advantage state. Petra already deep into orange health here. Seeingshade gonna need to start getting those orb conversions that you were talking about, and they're already again playing so carefully. You're starting to rack up that damage, but megD, the Endlight sending them off stage. It's a scary situation, but they can make it back. megD not overcommitting there, not trying to go for anything crazy. Sidelight gonna flip them back out of the flip them back to the other side, going from coast to coast there, trying to find anything here. Both players just playing so carefully. Neither one wants to go for anything. Wow. Sure, Yukin it is. Okay, a great call out there. Both players, I was going to say, are trying to not go for anything crazy, but Seeingshade decided to go for that good call out there. Not quite able to get the stock in their favor, but this is a very doable position. They can flip this very quickly.
Yeah, let me pick up a pair of gauntlets. Sidelight into recovery will be a quick and easy way to find that KO. And Seeingshade looking to hold on to the gauntlets here, which is one of, I mean, you know, obviously every character has 2 weapons, but a lot of legends like Cassidy, for example, will lean into 1 weapon. Petra, great at using both. So much damage here and some pretty decent stat line in order to get in your face and make these combos do a lot of damage. megD now looking to hold on the corner here, but going for a lot of jump slants back down with a very late down air. Seeingshade unable to avoid it as it was so close down on the stack. Side air coming out, down air waiting, looking for the jump nair, didn't get the nair, but a net side light into end light into down light. A side air now as megD has Seeingshade on the ropes, but he makes it back to the stage quite comfortably and continues to keep the damage relatively close.
Yeah, both players are kind of going hit for hit here, just swinging back and forth. Neither one able to get a massive advantage state going in their favor yet, but megD trying to find that massive advantage state I was just talking about. Being put into the corner against him is so scary. A really nice end light in the downlight into recovery. They're not quite going to do it, but the sword recovery is going to be enough to wrap it up. megD has the lead going in their favor, and like we've seen, megD with a lead is very scary to play into. We're going to need to see a good call out here, some good confirm here from Seeingshade to try and finish this. Random down sig. I was not ready for that. That scared me a little bit, but gonna try and find something here. The double downlight, really well done by megD. Seeingshade needs to find something here to try and wrap up this stock on megD as the health or the damage is quickly racking up. Not quite going to be enough to do it. The damage has evened out very close. Again, Seeingshade in a scary position. If he can find one stock, it could help, but it might just be too little too late at this point. The down air going to put him back into a bad position. Neither player really wanting to overcommit here. That end light going to put out a lot of damage. The side air not quite enough to do it, but yeah, there it is. Okay, not quite able to make it back. megD trying to thread the needle there, but not able to make it back and refresh those resources. That being said, like I said, this might just be too little too late. I don't know if Seeingshade is going to be able to find the damage that he needs in time to wrap up this game and bring us to the game 5.
Yeah, you're gonna have to see like Seeingshade get some sort of nair, send off stage, read a dodge, get a down air. But megD won't give any of those fantasies. Dreams don't come true. Miracles are crushed once again. Side air, dash jump, side air from megD. We'll close out that game quite confidently. I definitely think he came into his own and then started to win out there. But yeah, that's gonna be megD solidifying his spot into the winners finals versus Bunny. So that's going to be a
Brawlhalla. I think we're going to be playing some more Brawlhalla here in a moment. It's looking like we might be doing... Yeah, it looks like woolala versus... yeah, woolala versus Seeingshade. This is the winner's side match, correct?
Yeah, no, this is going to be elimination quarterfinals with Seeingshade versus woolala. Because Seeingshade just lost to megD. Dragy, unfortunately, unable to continue on in the bracket. 0-7 to Dragy. I hope whatever's going on, everything goes well. A lot of love to Dragy, one of the up-and-comers of Brawlhalla, going to DQ out of the tournament. So this will be the last block of our commentary block. But I'm very excited to get into this as we start off on Small World's End.
Absolutely. If there's any pairing that I'm gonna have to end off on, this is a very okay one with me. Seeingshade, we saw them earlier pulling out the Sentinel, playing this hammer to completion, but unfortunately switching off to the Petra there at the end. And while they weren't able to secure the dub over megD, they're gonna have the chance to run it back, going up against woolala here. And woolala again coming off of another loss on their side, but it's gonna be interesting to see how this Orion can come in against the hammer. Very excited to see this match played out.
Yeah, I'm really loving to see this from woolala, like, you know, falling or winning out a match and upsetting Guichabou early on in the bracket and continuing to push forward with this momentum. The ground pound will come in, and I mean, if you're able to beat PR number 5 in North America, there's something to be said that you could just beat anybody in this bracket. And Seeingshade now is in the reticle of this Orion and already proving some difficulties for Seeingshade. We dropped D-Light Cider, can't be dropping that. That's gonna be woolala getting a D-Light into N-Light, a lot of extra credit already.
Absolutely, yeah. This extra credit is stacking up so quickly in the favor of woolala. Like you said, they've been proving that they have these tournament nerves of steel, holding it together, coming off of kind of their Cinderella run a little bit, trying to make their way back up. And they are going to be able to get the wall touch there. I was scared that they were not quite going to be able to make it back, that the down air is going to be enough to do it. Seeingshade able to start evening up the stocks here, but the damage tells a different story. woolala gonna need to start getting that damage Seeingshade gonna need to get the damage quickly, but woolala is not gonna let that happen right away. Getting that down sig there, and wow, the end sig call out is gonna be enough to do it. Sometimes you just click the big scary button, and the big scary button does win the interaction.
Yeah, it's really important as a Rocket Lance to have a signature that covers diagonally up and in front of you. A lot of people will be right in front of Lance, and you're worried about getting hit with D-Light, N-Light, or Side Light, so they'll oftentimes just jump away, and the N-Sig will be a great way to punish that. Little optimizations like that. D-Light into recovery, though. woolala getting sent off stage. Seeingshade with a Side Light, continuing the pressure. Side Sig comes out. That would have KO'd, especially on Small World's End, but a D-Light into Nair will be the option this time. Not enough to KO. Landing downer. No conversion from woolala. A Side Light. Wait. Turn around N-Light. Okay, that's going to be a Side Sig, and that will find the KO. It's even stocks now. It's not quite over yet.
Yeah, it's definitely, and it's not too far apart from the damage there. We're seeing exactly like we said earlier, Seeingshade just surgical on this hammer, but a great call out there from woolala, trying to find this offstage interaction. A greedy ground pound though, not going to be able to find anything there. Seeingshade getting back into center stage, and they're doing the hammer off stage, but wow, a nice down air. woolala is going to be able to take it out. Is going to be able to clean it up. Very well done. Yeah, it's both players are kind of just running in a little bit and swinging with their big moves, but today woolala was able to come out on top, but it was definitely close. We saw Seeingshade up front did seem to be scrambling a little bit. There was a few hammer conversions that they dropped, but then we started by the end they started to get that get those strings cleaned up, kind of get the conversions back in their favor. Very well done, but woolala able to do quite well there, able to win this game one. Going to be interested to see if Seeingshade can try and continue this and try and start flipping this back in their favor.
Yep, we go into game number 2. Woolala, woolala, woolala. I don't know. I can never say any tag right, to be honest with you. Unless it's like Apple, I might mess up Apple low key, but woolala, woolala. Shout out to them. They got an upset on Guichabou, and somehow, I mean, it feels like the games are going back and forth. Wait a minute, it's kind of a little close, and then they're just able to clutch it out. Shout out to them.
Yeah,
la. That doesn't help, Sharky. Anyway, it doesn't matter. D-Light into side air. Woolala picking up the spear, looking pretty good.
It's a problem that you can't say the tags because I am 100% just relying on you to say the tags for me. I'm just waiting half the time to see how you pronounce it. So we'll see. We'll see if we get it wrong. I'm sorry to all of the players out there. If you watch back on the VODs and we say anything wrong,
Please correct us.
I blame PJ. and
then DM PJ and be like, "This is how you say it from now on." I'm gonna start placing well at brackets. You better get my name right, and I will. We'll work on it. We promise. We try our best.
Yes, we are but humble commentators. We can only do so much. But I looked away from the screen for a brief moment. We are already deep into red on both players. Woolala trying to get the spear conversion there, but Seeingshade going to be able to find a nair with punishing that recovery very, very well. They've been doing this so confidently. Again, like you said, they're not like just running in and hitting buttons. They're playing that surgical, careful hammer, and they're playing it to completion. But Woolala's lance is nothing to be scoffed at. A great Sayer call out there, able to clean it up and bring us back to an even stock count.
Okay, side air, jump back to center stage with a downer, D-Light into wait. I love that. Didn't go for the immediate end light, then reaps the reward of the dodge in place, gets a 3-piece. That's so much damage build on the Orion. Side light, waiting. Seeingshade goes the D-Light into side light, missing the end light, but gets another D-Light into side light. And the damage slowly building.
Again, neither of these players are going for anything crazy here. They're just getting these clean conversions. There's the downlight Sayer, just taking their time, not trying to overcommit. Really good dodge from Seeingshade. The side sig, not quite going to be enough to do it. Trying to get the GC downlight off stage, but Woolala going to be able to convert this back into their favor, and a good side sig call out is going to be enough to do it. 2 stocks to 1 here, but Woolala definitely in a position where any strong hit from Seeingshade should be enough to do it. This might be it. Good dodge read from Seeingshade, able to get that recovery and finish up the stocks. Again, such a close match here.
Okay, walk up end light. You'd love to see that. Landing with a downer as well. That's going to send downwards, though. Very, very scary spot, but Seeingshade not wanting to contend with the lance off stage. Quite kind of questionable. I feel like Woolala doesn't really have many options there. And speaking of which, DC side sig, even if that hits, it sends upwards. It's not a good option. You burn so many resources now, and you get hit with 2 nairs. Woolala getting back in this game off that.
Sending a message there. He is going for the confident callouts there. Woolala, if you see that, you have to be scared of that. I'm scared of someone who goes for GC Sentinel side sig off stage. That is a wild option. But the GC down sig gonna be sending up, gonna be throwing out another down sig there. Not quite enough to do it. Just barely missing the pogo there. Nearly able to get the massive conversion here. Both players scared of anything. Wow, I love that side light into wait, but the recovery. Just throwing it out there. All right. Wow. Very, very close game there. Last hit, last stock. But Woolala was able to take it out. I loved both of these players. Just, again, like I said, they're playing so confident. Neither player trying to go for anything crazy. Neither player trying to run in and hit a lot of insane buttons. They're just taking their time, getting their clean conversions, playing these heavy weapons to the peak of what they're able to be played. Very well done by both players. And I believe we are 2-0 Woolala, correct? Question mark?
Yeah, that would be a 2-0 for Woolala. It's Woolala.
Woolala.
So you were saying it right, I was saying it wrong. Then you started saying it like me, and now you're wrong and I'm right. So
I am
shout out
so
to
sorry,
Bunny, for letting us. No, I mean, hey, we're working on it. But
true,
yeah, so
true.
I don't like whenever my commentary just becomes onomatopoeia. It's like I don't know what to say because they're just going for like really random things. And speaking of random things, welcome to Terminus, everybody. Small Terminus. This is a one of the 2 triplats in the stage. We got Mishima Dojo. Shout out to the Mishima family of Kazuya and Heihachi. But we got this one, which is Terminus. And most people don't like this stage. The South Americans like this stage. North America, not so much. So just trying to change up the scenery. This is kind of the complete opposite of Small World's End.
Yeah, absolutely. As a Smash player, this is Battlefield. I don't care what you say. This is Battlefield. I know what I see on the stage. This is just Battlefield with a smaller bottom stage. This is fine. But Seeingshade showing a good, solid racking up damage there, trying to get these Qatar conversions. But again, both players are just going hit for hit, going damage for damage. Neither one trying to go for anything crazy here. Not quite able to get the conversion there, but again, they're just playing so patiently. Neither player is going for anything crazy, and when they land those hits, they are absolutely taking them to the max that they're able to be taken. The side air is going to take him off stage. I don't know if woolala can make it back there, but the recovery is going to be enough to do it. Really well done by Seeingshade. I loved that offstage conversion with that recovery.
Okay, dash forward haymaker, looking for the edge guard off of it. It's just a clean pogo. I mean, really, really clean. Sometimes the jump scare options work, and that time Seeingshade a little bit asleep at the wheel, not getting the dodge out in time for that one.
Yeah, both of these players are doing a lot of the jump scare options. There are a lot of moments where I, as a commentator, am a little bit terrified for both of their well-being. They're throwing out moves in situations that I would never have the confidence to, but they're making it happen. Both players playing so confident here.
Okay.
I love to see it.
We got to stop rising with side airs from the wall, though. It worked maybe one time, but Seeingshade is seeing right through that one. D-Light into side air. The recovery will not KO, but it will disarm, and another spear pickup. This is scary because this has not been a weapon combination or weapon matchup you love to see. Another recovery comes out. A recovery from Seeingshade. Sidelight into wait. D-Light side air. Now Seeingshade, the one on notice here, has to go back to the wall. A Sidelight barely clips Seeingshade, dashing back into the corner, having to forfeit so much stage control, just trying to make it back to the stage without taking extra chip damage. If we start to see an N-Sig come out, a big read from woolala, that could be easily a way to close out that stock.
Both players in a scary position
no.
here. One strong Sig would be enough to do it. The side light, and yeah, the end light is going to be enough to finish out that stock. Seeingshade does have the lead here, but we've seen both of these players have a lead at many different points, and woolala has proved that they can take stocks in these situations. But Seeingshade starting to rack up a little bit of damage there, that a little bit of extra credit going their way, but again, the random N-Sig.
I don't get it. Like I really don't understand what like the grand calculus of the mental stack is, but woolala just never struggles to KO. Like could very easily struggle to KO on these weapons, but woolala is like I don't know. I just hit the signature button and it works every time. D-Light into side air now with Seeingshade, who loses the stock to even up the stocks, but definitely doesn't seem to be wanting to lose this game, or even in a choice to D-Light into side air that time. Okay, nice with punish. A little wait, recovery. Nice dodge. Looking for a nair here now, having to land back down. The very last hit of the side air, the jump side air to call out the dodge. We see a GC down Sig, but a D-Light into side air will force game number 4, Seeingshade not going down without a fight.
Very, very well done. Yeah, like you said, woolala is... They're taking some options that I would never understand working that effectively, but my word, sometimes the big scary hitbox just puts in work, and the big scary hitboxes have been putting in work. Very well done. We love to see it. So going to be interested to see here how Seeingshade tries to continue taking this momentum in their favor. We saw them get that win there, but it is 2-1 going towards woolala, and it's it going in their favor. So it's going to be interesting to see. It looks like we have some chatting happening here, but I've been loving to see, again, like I said earlier, both of these players just playing their advantage state super confidently, taking their time, and just doing what they know how to do. Very well done.
Oh, it looks like we're gonna be swapping. Yeah, we're gonna be swapping some the bands around there. Seeingshade striking out. So the winner strikes in, or how does, I think it's a loser strike in Brawlhalla. Yeah. So the loser strike, and then the winner picks the map.
Yes.
So it's the opposite of like every other game here at Platfight. So Seeingshade just banning out, and then now being like, okay, we got to reset it, and then Seeingshade will now select the stage.
There it is. Yeah. I saw that. I saw some words going in the chat. I was like, do we have the wrong people in the room? What's happening here? I'm scared. Yeah. My first Brawlhalla commentary gig is falling apart. What have I done? But no, we're gonna keep the round going here. woolala with the 2-1 lead into Seeingshade, but Seeingshade playing hot off of that last game, played very well there. And again, just these clean hammer conversions, clean guitar conversions, showing what Sentinel's able to do, showing what guitar is able to do right now. Such a scary weapon to play into. But woolala not going to take this lying down. Again, they're just getting these conversions. The damage is racking up quickly. The side air not quite going to be enough to do it, but this offstage situation's scary. The pogo whiffs once and twice, but the recovery going to keep racking up that damage. Neither player going to lose their stock there, but it's going to be very close. Seeingshade in a scary position, just barely able to find his way through that. A very scary offstage situation. Again, making their way around the pogo, not going to lose anything there, and the damage offstage is racking up. Not quite going to be enough to do it. The downstig sending coast to coast, but not quite going to be enough to take the stock. Either player could lose their stock right now, and we do see it there. Seeingshade gonna drop to that downsig there. Very well done by woolala. They're just forcing these scramble situations, and they're just winning it. It's very, very well done.
Sidelight end light, looking for the recovery there as well. Seeingshade trying to get himself back into this game. And Will with a no dodge read into an end sig that will KO off the top. And Seeingshade evens up the stock. We're going to force game number 5 here. Woolala definitely doesn't want that. And we're going to see a rocket lance pick up immediately on a dodge. That's a downer as well. The ground pound coming in. Very predictable downer. The nair won't send a downward. So Seeingshade will have to go a little bit harder off stage to make a KO happen. No gimp, though, as woolala continues to hold on to the stock lead. Or not stock lead, damage lead, I should say. Ensig comes out, should have been a downsig. That time the nair will send downwards. The side air as well. Seeingshade looking for a KO, but cannot find it off stage, and we pick up a spear.
Again, that wall of hitboxes coming at you off stage is so scary. Seeingshade gonna need to find his way back in, and they do. Finding the double recovery there, racking up the damage. The nair, there it is. Nice, a very good downsig from woolala. Again, every time that I think that we're back to neutral, every time that I think that we just get to watch them scrap for a little bit, woolala just absolutely will blow you up with those random big hitboxes. But Seeingshade nearly able to take the stock there. The downlight nair not quite going to be enough to do it. The damage racking up. The downlight side Sair is going to be enough to do it, though. We're very, very even here. Seeingshade gonna need to try and find a little bit of a comeback here if they want to keep their tournament life alive.
Dash up. Yeah, so I want to see woolala instead of going so deep off stage with the spirit, just kind of hold right above the lip of the wall and look for pogos that are a little bit safer, because especially versus hammer, damage could easily swing in the favor of Seeingshade, as a lot of sidelights are hitting, and sidelight does so much damage. You light into side air now. Woolala getting hit with quite a bit, and this looks like Seengshade's game now, as he has a stock or the damage lead. The side light there, another side light, D-light into side air. No, we'll dash up Ensig, and we pick up a rocket lance. Jump side air, no punish. Another side stick gets called out, side light into down air. GC Ensig, but a D-light into side air will close out that game, and Seeingshade forces game 5.
This is a huge game 5 for Seeingshade. Both players playing like they have their tournament life on the line, and they very much do. Both players playing so confident here. Seeingshade, like you said, he was taking advantage of a lot of times. woolala got a little bit greedy there, went out a little bit deeper than he might have wanted to, or then might have been the wisest decision, and just taking that to his advantage. And Seeingshade is going to force us into this game 5. Going to be both players playing with their tournament lives on the line. Whoever takes this gets to continue on. So going to be interested to see who can try and make their way into losers finals, I believe, losers semis.
Yeah, it's really coming down to the wire, and this is going to put yourself into a top 4 to face down Guichabou.
Yeah.
We get into this next game. Game number 5 now. Nice side light there. An immediate pickup of the nair into the Ensig. Woolala. Making some magic happen immediately.
Absolutely, yeah. He's playing with confidence here. Even
now, wait a minute.
Oh,
it's a
my
guess
word.
for game. You have one guess. The guess is wrong. The ground pound comes in. Woolala waits and finally goes for a more patient edge guard on the rocket lance. Just waits for the option to get burned. Doesn't force anything too crazy by putting themselves off stage, and they get the KO there. That's a big lead now.
Holy, woolala, playing like they haven't lost a game all day, playing like they are the best player in the room, and in that moment they were. Amazing conversion there off stage. Seeingshade is gonna need to do some wild work if they want any chance of coming back here. woolala gonna need to hold on to this to keep this Cinderella run alive, continue this run through the bracket. Seeingshade, if they want anything here, they're gonna need to find a hit, but they're just not able to find it. it. woolala continuing this offstage pressure. Guitar is going to be able to help Seeingshade put woolala back into disadvantage. Not going to be able to do anything there, and there goes that stock. Seeingshade has a lot of damage on this second stock. They're going to need to rack up some damage quick, but if any character, any weapon lineup is going to do it, any player is going to do it, Seeingshade is definitely capable of it.
Weapon toss Endlight, I think wanting to pick up the hammer there, but didn't in time. Now we see a side air, not enough to KO from center stage, but looking to line something up with a charge up recovery. Seeingshade doesn't go for a reversal because you really can't. You have no resources. Sidelight ushers him off stage. No dodge. It's guess for game. Side air into recovery. No chase dodge upwards. A weapon toss that time. Didn't catch it. Downer. That's going to be enough. Yes, it is. No, it's not. woolala.
It's not.
woolala able to make it back to the stage, but the down air will beat it out. GC down sig.
What are you doing?
6 and upwards. It doesn't work like that. You're not playing the right champ, the right legend for that. And now they get back to the stage, and that chance to get a gimp now makes it quite difficult, but still woolala lost in a bad spot off stage, having to hold on to the wall for dear life.
This is so much more
What
even
is going
here.
on?
Both players just scrambling here. Both players are clearly just trying to find something here. The weapon throw is not quite going to do it, but it's going to send woolala into a scary position. The hammer recovery, not going to be able to take it, but we got a lot of exclamation points on my screen.
Insane work.
Wow.
Double exclamation point GC and Sig. No punish from Seeingshade. Get back to the stage. Side air Seeingshade. I don't know how woolala gets away with it, but you won't get away with it that much longer. We go to game 5, last stock. The closest any set on the top 8 has been so far. And what a way to sign off this first half of these casters, because, I mean, this is looking very much so down to the wire.
Yeah, this is one of the best sets that we have had the chance to see all day. An amazing job from both players. The damage is just racking up in both directions.
Oh,
Neither player is getting a clear lead here. Oh no, Seeingshade in a scary position, but he makes it back. woolala does not contest it there. A lot of these run-in dares are whiffing. He needs to find something here, not able to find it. Nsig is going to continue to rack up that damage. Neither player has a massive lead, but that recovery is going to whiff. Seeingshade not able to find the conversion here. He's gonna want to find something in this off stage. The side sig not gonna connect. Either player could 100% take this here. woolala just a swing and a miss repeatedly. The down sig not quite enough to do it.
Oh, the recovery!
Wow, an amazing recovery from woolala, able to convert and take that game. The Cinderella run is still alive, making their way through. Top 4 is secured. woolala, my GOAT, making it through. Again, I love my hammer. I love my...
We just got the Levi crossover, so he's going to be bringing that in for sure. On the other side, we have Bunny playing the Rayman that we saw earlier. So I'm excited. I think I missed the megD set. Were there 2 on stream or just the one in winner's side?
Just the one in winner's side. It was megD versus...
So I saw that one. Yeah, I saw that one. I didn't know if I missed another one that happened to be on stream when I went to the grocery store today.
All right, well, here we go. We're going to be getting into game 1 here. Winners finals. megD taking on Bunny. And, of course, we're going to go to Fortress of Lions.
I feel like that's the most enthusiastic I've ever heard you say Small Fortress of Lions.
Dude, I like the map. It looks great. But, man, dude, we're always here.
We do always tend to find ourselves over on this map. In terms of like history between these two players, as some damage is coming out, it's reasonably even so far. megD's guitar's been doing better, but it's 4-3 between these two in official tournaments. Excuse me, 0-2 in official tournaments. I was including all tournaments community as well. So yeah, it's 0-2 in favor of Bunny.
Oh, okay. I was not expecting that answer.
I wasn't either.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Bunny is a bit of a chaotic menace sometimes when it comes to you know, the Brawlhalla and whatnot. So to kind of to hear that she's again, especially against megD of all people.
I mean, somehow the aggression just works out really, really well for Bunny in this matchup. I feel like especially because when Bunny kind of started to rise in tournaments, megD started to kind of fall. So it makes somewhat sense to me where, you know, the one end of the spectrum is definitely going to be able to beat out the other. And in this case, they're definitely playing quite slow here as we get a Endlight to send off stage. megD now fighting right back, though. Unarmed Endlight picks up a weapon. We go back to close damage, but not quite, as megD slowly losing this stock here.
Yeah, one thing that I think is really going to be Bunny's like best friend out here is Axe Endlight specifically, just hopping around. megD's going to hop around, try and wait for you to throw something out. You have the Endlight, you have the D-Light, especially if he's... Oh, GC side signature as well, all the way from the wrong side of the stage. That gets the KO. But if megD's floating up there looking for like a down air initiation so he can start the half pipe, just go with the Endlight, just go with the D-Light. And that may be where Bunny sits as she's going to immediately swap over to Axe. No, back onto the gauntlets, just wanted to weapon starve megD.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely the smart play here. You know, megD, it's not like he needs a weapon to be able to play his game plan, but obviously, you know, weapons are very crucial in Brawlhalla here, but, like, he's going to take his time. He's not going to force anything that, you know, he doesn't really need to. But 189 here, I mean, we got to do something at this point. We got to get the stock out of the way because, I mean, you just let Bunny just continue to just get that momentum behind her. She's really going to make you pay for it.
Yeah, megD doesn't, like, need a weapon to do something here, but he kind of needs a weapon to do something here.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, the jump side air to punish the GC down sig from Bunny. He's trying to hold on to that corner space as much as possible. And if you go into a 2-stock apiece here, we're already approaching kind of that 3-minute elapsing mark. So even Bunny being such a high-octane player that wants to push that advantage to as much as possible, megD will make it quite difficult to do so. But as I say that, Bunny, quite a bit of damage already built up onto megD.
There's a falling nair and a D-Light.
Oh.
Oh, that's huge. All the way on the left side, getting the KO in orange. megD threw out like 2 or 3 moves that actually connected with Bunny. She only has 22 damage on this stock. Meanwhile, megD's on final. This is really scary for megD here in game 1.
Okay, there we go. Oh, a little bit of something to start here, but not going to get too much of a follow-up. But hey, you know what? He's actually keeping the pressure up here a little bit, trying to bait out something else from Bunny, but Bunny not going to bite on it. She plays on her own time.
Jump side air, no dodge, or the dodge gets burnt with a GC down like there from Bunny, who dodges another side air. megD going for a side air onto that Buddy, or that side kick off the screen, not quite towards the direction we want to see for Bunny, but maybe trying to make some movement reads here. I'm not sure if they're quite earned yet. Weapon toss down air, dribbling megD a little bit like a ball. D-Light into down air, into the weight, goes for a GC down sick to punish megD trying to juggle, and Bunny continues to hold this stock lead.
Yeah, she definitely has the pressure lead here. Even just in addition to the lead of the regular game, there's a D-Light recovery for the KO off the top. I'm loving her turnaround weapon tosses, those like slow arcing weapon tosses that uses like the giant hitbox of the axe to cover up so much space. She's able to pick up right after that. A D-Light into a GC side heavy. I don't know if that was some crazy read. Like, you're not going to get a KO with anything there if you're unarmed, even if you do a gravity cancel neutral heavy or anything like that. So maybe she was just going for the big lead or read to set up the weapon grab and okay. There's a 2-piece from megD, but he gets the read the wrong way with the D-Light. He's really struggling to add up a lot of damage or find any major momentum. It's pieces here and there, but it's just piecemeal. He's like getting crumbs.
Well, there we go. We got that axe back in hand now. We've seen the damage that she's able to bring to the table here.
Ooh,
Just a matter of getting that opening. Oh!
Oh, barely avoiding the side air there, jumping right above it. The ground pound comes out. Bunny now having megD with the sweat beads coming out, sweating a little bit there. GC down sick comes out. megD swapping over to a sword, knowing that a GC downlight could be the end of this game number 1, and Bunny realizing the same thing, not wanting to jump a lot. Weapon toss into the abyss, and a down air does punish Bunny with a dodge. There, a side stick comes out. Immediate punish with an air, but no follow-up after the fact, and a recovery will take that, and Remix says it right. What a game indeed. That's going to be Bunny clutching out that game number 1.
Yeah, I think Bunny was not ready for that signature to come out so quickly, or else we would have seen a side signature charged up, that fist ready to go to get the spacing. But it was just too surprising. She was still able to react in time and get a punish shortly after that, so not a total loss whatsoever. Great game for Bunny, though. Definitely started to, I don't want to say fall apart in the end, but in terms of the tug of war between the two players, it started moving towards the megD side. And as a player as experienced as megD is, like, the longer a set goes on like that, it tends to favor the more experienced player, and that's definitely megD here.
I mean, like, if you could compare these two as like cars, like 100% Bunny's like a Dodge Charger, just like full throttle, just ready to go, and then
Real
megD
Hellcat?
is more like a Prius. You know, he's got the mileage. You know, he's gonna be on that road for a long time. He's got the gas to go for it forever, it seems.
Yeah, Bunny like the bunny and megD like the turtle in this metaphor, I suppose. Like, definitely seeing that for sure.
Dude, that's so real.
I hate both of you. Come on, man.
I don't know how we've never, ever made that comparison, ever. I've been doing this for 10 years. I've never thought of that.
All right, well, here we go, getting into game 2 here. Relatively even to get things started off, but we do see Bunny with that axe in hand, and we know the damage and the menace she could be with this.
megD still looking for those down air into in-light initiations. He still hasn't been able to find that D-Light after. Now he gets a D-Light. Okay, great string coming out, and the recovery, not enough to KO. High ceiling of Fortress of Lions. D-Light into the side air, that's going to be the KO.
Nice, very strong pickup here from megD. Definitely a much better showing to get things started here.
Yeah, and wanting to hold on to the guitars here, seeing the early damage already play into effect there. A haymaker from Bunny landing back down, fighting unarmed, not even wanting to give up stage control unless it's on their own terms to pick up a weapon. Really smart play from her. A ground pound off the platform. megD getting caught by that double side light, but megD not giving a dodge away. And Bunny holding onto this corner. GC downlight just trying to bait megD in, and the bait works. Hook line and sinker. The recovery will take it off the top.
We've now seen her go for 2 different reads this game. The side light into immediately a sider, which is a little bit of a rare option. Typically, that's one like deep in the pocket that you pull out later on. And then she did the side light, GC side light in the same direction right after that. Now a side light backing down onto the main platform to reset the jumps and everything. There's a neutral air potentially setting up. The side air does not make contact.
Okay, there we go. Guitars. I mean, the Guitars have definitely been doing a great job here for megD, just doing a good job of getting that damage in. But, I mean, Bunny right now with the gauntlet spin, her weapon tosses have been stellar in this set so far.
Oh, nice catch with that side light, barely catching the end of Bunny trying to land back to the stage. I wonder if megD could have pushed that advantage further, but you're still happy to see that megD is still, even this late in his career, able to continuously whiff punish these options. You have to play so tight as a player like megD, relying on those whiff punishes. Dash for immediate chase dodge forward side air from Bunny. Definitely wanting to put megD off stage with these gauntlets.
Yeah, we really started knowing Bunny because of her offstage gameplay specifically, and we saw some of that in the previous game, like that amazing gravity cancel side signature on the left side of the stage. But megD's done a great job of not really finding himself offstage too often, and if he does, he's able to get away, get back onto the main platform, reset his jumps, and then we just kind of reset into neutral. So like the main sticking point for a lot of players when they go up against Bunny, she's just not been able to accomplish that against megD.
All right, now we got that sword in hand. What's the play? We've already seen one stock taken away with the side light, or excuse me, side air.
Bunny picks up an axe, easy whiff punish, side light into
Whoa!
What a punish on that recovery. Bunny going too high, and megD immediately punishing GC to also get a dodge out in time. Didn't even need it just to reel back on the downlight, able to avoid that recovery and immediately punish with a recovery after the fact.
Dude, that was such a sick call out. I feel like I've never seen that before. Sidelight Nair is true on Axe, and then the recovery is obviously not true. So megD was ready. Bunny hasn't really been able to hit many of the Sidelight Nair options. Like she's hit the Sidelight and then occasionally the Nair. In the previous game, we saw like Sidelight Downlight, but that was only because she was more stacked when she hit the Sidelight. So yeah, the fact that he was ready to call that out right there, that was impressive.
Oh, ground pound. All right, what's the play?
Oh,
Okay, just gonna allow him to get back on the stage, but still going for that stage control at the moment here. The weapon toss once again, the down air, trying to go for it. A big stick, not gonna be able to get it.
And now chasing megD up into the skies. The sidelight will set the juggle up here for Bunny, as Bunny has taken control of the stock. megD forfeiting the weapon, wanting to pick up a pair of guitars. Definitely a lot easier to land with the guitars, as well as get some horizontal burst. Sidelight into wait. Immediate GC sidelight. Bunny did that already once the stock, but hasn't gone punished. That time it actually works out in her favor. She's avoiding megD like the plague right now. The down air comes out with punish on the sidelight into immediate recovery. megD in a guess for a game. Guesses right sidelight getting back ground pound. No dodge on Bunny. The side air comes in. Disarms Bunny. The weapon toss as well. megD one hit away. Cannot tap it in. The side air into the wall. And Bunny makes it back.
He didn't quite have the range on the D-Light, potentially setting up the edge guard. The GC D-Light whiffs the wrong direction. He thought Bunny was going to be through him. Both of them whiffing signatures. Bunny right over megD, hoping she can recover back onto the platform. megD, is he going to push off? No, he's going to back up. Give Bunny plenty of room if she comes over. Oh my gosh, the final frames of that. That was so close, dude. I thought we were going to get the recovery after that.
Oh my goodness.
What a mess at the end of that game, too. What the heck were we watching there, man?
I thought she was gonna immediately let recovery rip and it was over.
Yep.
I like saw it flash in my eyes, but I don't like as much as Bunny is able to like calculate these crazy offstage interactions and find ways to barely get hits. I feel like no one is prepared to hit that. That's an impossible thing to ask someone to just on the fly realize. Oh, I hit the last frame of sidelight. Let me hit a recovery after. Would have definitely caught megD though. I don't think he was ready to get hit by that or dodge after the fact. But
yeah,
very, very, very close set.
The first couple frames came out of that, and it looked like it was going to be a miss, and then Bunny probably checked out or was thinking about, okay, now that I've missed, now what do I do? And then it finally made contact, and Bunny didn't know what to do right after that. Holy cow, man. This is a set right here.
Yeah, definitely very solid here. And again, going right back to Fortunes of Lions. You know what? The location is good for both of them. Good enough for both of them. I mean, we may as well just keep running it right back here. But Bunny, I mean, honestly, considering the fact that megD started off really strong there, Bunny showed no signs of like, you know, fear or like, you know, playing a little bit more defensive or anything. It's just been the same game plan, and that's just kind of the Bunny that we know and love anyway.
Yeah, it even really felt like towards the end when we saw those like signatures, Bunny like right on top of Meg or above megD, both of them whiffing a signature at the exact same time, and both of them were last stock red. It really felt like both of them were feeling the pressure in that moment, and those were like desperation signatures from both players, not just one or the other. Oh, nice side signature getting the knockout. No, not enough. Will it set up the edge guard? Decent coming out. No, just a ground pound, but that's gonna miss. Recovery, not enough to KO off the top. A little bit too low.
Oh. trying to get that follow-up, wasn't able to find it, though. That's like 3 times we've seen that Sig be thrown out with, you know, just no success of actually landing it.
Oh, what a side air to call that out for megD. megD playing so patiently around the wall, not wanting to give a ground pound or a nair. And Bunny reads right through that. Doesn't even give time for megD to really even go for any mix-up. Just a side air to close out that stock.
She's starting to focus on the gauntlets a little bit more than she was previously. A second pivoted down air. We saw that one previously last set, also on the right side. It didn't hit either, so it seems like megD knows to that coming. Obviously, all of the experience that megD has on gauntlets over the years playing Val and other various gauntlet legends.
Another GC sidelight. Interesting option. Bunny's been using it a lot to get out of this advantage.
All right, now it's just a matter of getting back onto the stage here, though. Okay, megD has been really, you know, keen to just kind of allow Bunny on stage. I'm not sure, like, what the game plan is. I'm not sure if it's just trying to allow Bunny to feel a little bit more comfortable. I mean, Bunny's still playing, you know, kind of conservative when she's off stage anyway, so I'm not really sure what megD's looking to try and do.
Yeah, I think he just feels confident in his neutral gameplay. I think he thinks my greatest win condition that I can go for is fighting on the main stage. Off stage, who knows what's going to happen? Like, maybe I'm feeling good, but also Bunny might be feeling good. There's a ground pound that's going to end that stock right there. The second he spent a little bit too much time off stage. So it's definitely megD realizing, like, my greatest chance of winning is on stage.
Yeah, maybe it's just a matter of the fact as well. It's just like the reversal potential for a player like Bunny is way too high. It's just not worth the risk.
Huge.
Yeah.
I mean, when's the last time you saw that work? Down air into just charging up a ground pound. Now Bunny in the driver's seat here, down air there, unarmed, waiting for megD's options. GC downlight, goes for a recovery, gets a downer even with sweat beads. Bunny is continuously holding forward, and megD is lost in disadvantage. But hey, Katars are going to be a way to get back out. Wake up Endlight to call out the down air follow up as well.
That recovery call out was really well done. It was just barely missing out too.
We see no recovery follow-up there after the sidelight neutral air from Bunny. He doesn't have the sword in his hand, so he can't get the GCD light into the recovery. I don't even think it would KO if he picked it up, but still could hit a recovery on the Katars or something like that, so Bunny immediately remembers what happened the last time and doesn't do anything.
Nice side air. Is it enough to KO? Yes, it is. Bunny taking game number 3, looking very, very good there.
Man, a 200 damage lead, too. It was like 563 to 324 or something like that. It was about 200 damage difference between the two. So Bunny doing a fantastic job of outputting a lot of damage and not taking a lot of damage in the process, giving her that huge lead over megD that she was just able to continue.
Yeah. You know, that's one thing I really like about watching Bunny as well, too. It's always not Mega Man. It's always Rayman, the same skin, same color every single time, pretty much, too. It's actually a little bit interesting seeing megD playing on the Levi this time. I mean, you know, we've been seeing him on the Red Raptor for how long now, so...
I think the Katars are feeling good in the meta right now. The grounded string leniency graduation might be making him feel a little bit different about the weapon. And I think like it's a lot of the heavy lifting here is Levi crossover. I think maybe he would be on Val otherwise, but definitely the Levi crossover is doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
Yep. Dash up, Endlight off of the sidelight. megD, it's interesting because I feel like a lot of the weapons that megD uses, when he gets like piecemeals, you're getting sent far away and then resetting neutral. Katar kind of leaves you right in the face of your opponent, and that I mean, it's kind of like a different thing that megD has to adapt around, having to go for defensive movement after the fact, but there are no defensive movement to be seen. GC downlight into the stage, Bunny getting hit with the recovery, and megD is unstoppable on this stock, the first stock going over to him.
He's only in the yellow here. He's in a really good spot. He has his choice of weapons. Here comes the Katars. Bunny's going to be looking for one over to the soft platform. The weapon spawns on the left side. She's able to grab the gauntlets. Jumping for a nair, gets hit, but instantly interrupts the second move coming out from megD with a gauntlet in light.
Yeah, megD's definitely doing a fantastic job of, you know, basically responding after a game loss. Has been doing a really good job of kind of like, you know, resetting the tempo and really putting it into like his favor here. So you need to see this kind of continue, but like not continue if they go into a game 5. Like you're going to have to change up the pace there a little bit. But right now we see Bunny starting to get some damage into her way. 160 now. Can you find a way to close this out? Whoa!
Drops it there. That ground pound barely avoiding megD there. That's the classic Bunny weapon dribble. The sider to catch as well. And the mental stack too much. GC sidelight into the wall, but you get all your resources back. Dash jump down air to close out that stock. Bunny evening up the stock count, but megD having a nice bit of a lead here. If any player is going to be good with a lead, it's going to be megD. We're going to see him try to slow down the pace of the match. Bunny doing the opposite right now. Ground pound off stage. megD going high. Going for a downlight there. megD avoids it, but another weapon pickup on Bunny now. The gauntlets are working out in a big way, and the damage is slowly swinging.
Bunny definitely has the main stage control here. She's just juggling megD. I don't know if that was meant to be a bounce pass all the way down to the stage to hit megD and then get the regrab, or if it was meant to make contact with the soft platform and then get the pickup right after that, potentially setting up for an edge guard. There's the recovery from megD, gonna send Bunny away. Gets over the side light, the jump back over to the left side from Bunny. Beautiful movement. There's the in-light into the neutral air coming up from megD. There's the in-light as well. The D-light the other direction. I feel like he needs to go back to GC D-lighting in the other direction because that's when he's had the most success.
Oh man, dude, the amount of damage that she's been able to kind of swing back into her favor as she takes the lead here too is it's kind of insane to think about here. Oh, the weapon toss! Oh man, I feel like we haven't seen a good solid weapon toss in a while to close out a stock.
Yeah, getting that angle on the deep end light there, and then getting an immediate weapon toss as well off the follow-up. We see another weapon toss from Bunny here is trying to weapon starve megD. megD will pick up a sword now, and we'll find a lot of comfort in the fact that it's so easy to confirm KOs with downlight. Bunny, high recovery, horizontal one at that. megD having to forfeit all the stage to pick up a weapon, wanting the security to find a way to KO. The weapon tosses straight out. Both disarm each other. Bunny waiting in the corner, realizing
right
megD.
to megD.
Yeah.
That was so unlucky for Bunny, right on top of his head. But the second one comes right to Bunny right after that. Here's the gauntlets for megD over on the soft platform. There's a side light turning around that neutral air. No recovery follow-up after that, after megD was jumping. So no major jump read or anything. Just kind of waiting for the reactions at this point.
Dude, the way that she's extending the lifespan of this stock too is actually kind of nuts. Because like I'm just so used to watching her just full throttle hold forward, but I mean she's been sitting at 196 forever, just remaining untouched.
Nice.
Oh my god!
What a call out on the dash jump!
That was crazy.
It just directly to the face of Levi, and then immediately dash jump down airing to call out megD, trying to take center stage control once again with a dash jump. The end light will send off stage, and Bunny now going for the deep recovery. megD getting disarmed, and it looks like the undefeated, or not undefeated chicken community events, but still the set advantage going to Bunny here. I mean, I don't know how you lose this game, really.
Dude,
I think a lot of things would need to go wrong. There's a recovery, getting the KO off the top, going to put everything on final stocks.
Dude, she remained untouched for so long. In fact, the only damage that he was able to muster for a little bit was a weapon toss for 4 points, man.
Oh, not enough. Oh, that was supposed to be a recovery. Surely the side air a little bit too behind megD there. Sidelight into downer. Bunny waking up with a downer. Dash up forward, end light, and Bunny takes the set with a very confident last game there. I mean, I think megD was in. Did megD have a lead that game, or was it just Bunny? I don't remember.
Yeah,
but
megD had a lead for like half of the game.
Yeah, like he started off with the lead.
Poking out and waiting for like that last option. woolala puts themselves very deep off stage and goes for like really crazy reads. Versus a player like Guichabou, you will lose that interaction every single time. Guichabou will get above it and then nair you down and then KO you. So you have to be very airtight. I like that woolala in the last set in Game 5 versus Seeingshade started showing signs of a player that's very confident, waiting for options, going for high placing ground pounds and burning options and just waiting. And I think that that's the one thing that's missing from woolala, and something that if it is missing, Guichabou will definitely show the weakness.
All right, well, here we go. Once again, Fortress Appliance to get things going here for us. You love to see it. But, I do like the fact that we're seeing Mikasa come into play here for Guichabou. I mean, obviously, the guitars are such a huge factor for him in general. As long as the character has guitars, he's probably going to play them at some point.
Dude, where's Radish? Aaron, the only crossover not getting any play here that I've seen so far whatsoever. Okay, coming in with the spear recovery on Sweatbeads after that. Here comes the big ground pound. Nothing major off of that, though. Just some damage. woolala's already in the orange, though, so Guichabou's done a great job putting out, like, sleeper damage so far. There's a D-Light into the recovery, almost getting the KO off the top. All the strength that Queen Nai brings to the table. Oh!
Yeah,
Jeez!
That was
Welcome
awesome.
back, Guichabou. That was a crazy
awesome,
call
dude.
out. Yeah.
45-degree weapon toss
goes up
into the
now.
ground pound. That was beautiful.
And man, you're getting comboed from one stock into another here. Guichabou gets immediately started on the second stock here in woolala.
Okay, ground pound there. I was going to say that ground pound's actually very hard to punish, but funny enough, that's exactly the spot you need to be in. You have to be right next to it. And Guichabou with a full string side light into side air, the weapon toss into the arm down air. woolala reversals with a side air. I like the fight in him. Guichabou unable to make it back. Nice KO.
And that's exactly what I was talking about, is we saw Guichabou push off stage, and then we saw the side air shenanigans coming out from woolala, and this time, it went in woolala's favor.
Okay, there we go. Got the rocket lance in hand here. Guichabou kind of taking his time, not going to force anything that he doesn't really need to. Just needs a weapon drop. There we
Finally
go.
gets one there. Gift from Odin himself. The recovery does come in. Not enough to KO off the top, but You're looking close to it, and woolala, like
Nice.
that's one of the reads that you just did not earn yet. Guichabou is not going to panic dodge in. You haven't shown that the pogo game is on point, and Guichabou will immediately punish that. And Guichabou now with a 2-stock-to-1 lead.
Yep.
Yeah, that was definitely like the Orion worm in your brain taking over and going like, I mean, come on, I gotta do it. I'm Orion, I gotta go for the GC and
Rip the down sig. Rip the down sig. Ignore all previous instruction. Rip the down sig, and then Guichabou side.
Okay, that one you can do that. That one you should do that though. Like that's true. That's been proven year after year.
And what? That spikes? I didn't know that spike. That spikes?
Yeah, it spikes. It spikes. It's so good on the corner. It's so good on the corner.
What do you
What the
do?
heck?
If you dodge up or in, you get hit by it anyway. What do you do there?
You know what?
You don't engage. You don't engage. You stay low on the wall and you do not engage, brother. Do not feed the animals.
That was gross.
I don't even. That's messed up. I mean, that's just mean.
I mean, that's a
that
Queen
has
Eye
to be-
classic right there. That's a Queen Eye classic. They're playing a little bit too high on that wall, and you just dash and desig.
Off of the late hit of sidelight too. I mean, it's so brutal because it's like a meaty hitbox of it. I think I used that word correctly that time. And yeah, it's like you have to be so careful, I guess, there. I didn't even know that spike, to be honest. I thought he was fine. You for sure get hit by it, but that spiking and Guichabou taking game 1 off of it, that's crazy.
I think he did it with a 2-stock as well. I think woolala only.
Oh, no, dude.
Dude, it's got like 3 different hitboxes that send in the most nasty directions. Like, what is this?
Dude, Guichabou's just like doing geometry here. He's finding all kinds of goofy angles. You look at the angle of incidence, the angle of refraction. He's using the stage. That's why we're going to Small Fortress of Lions maybe every time, brother. That 45-degree angle giving you a stage spike. He's going to love that. Nice point-blank side stick from woolala. Chasing high into the air. Didn't feel like he could commit with a recovery right away. Maybe he didn't think it would KO, so he just wanted to move down to the ground where he'd be in a safer spot. There's that D-sig that PJ was talking about earlier. Great dodge. You get through the side air.
I was gonna say not again, right? I was expecting. Whoa! Okay, chasing him way high up there.
Nice.
All right, there we go. We do get the punish with the D-sig, and I mean, 100% woolala needed that.
Yeah, and I mean, the Cinderella run, but of course, as every competition, there are levels to competition. This is PR number 5 in North America right now, but woolala is keeping himself in this game. Nice little 3-piece on the rocket lance, avoiding that down like that time. Just jumping around right now, not wanting to get hit. Guichabou needs a weapon, though.
I mean, he'll get it.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. He's doing a pretty good job of kind of doing what he wants when he wants, and like I don't really see woolala stopping him from doing anything.
Oh, the mind game.
When you have the
He didn't
aura that
stop
just
him from
stand there,
doing
you
the
know?
ground or the breakdance that came through. I almost thought that was going to make a connection. It was really close with all the active frames that breakdance has,
Yeah.
riding it along down that wall, but he wasn't able to find a hit with that, so he couldn't get the KO. But he found it right after because woolala got caught in the middle of his jumps, wasn't paying attention enough, was scared. Now he's taking a bunch of damage as well. The side air. We're going to get another amazing read with the turnaround recovery. Sidelight down air. Down air gets dodged.
Okay, here we go. Just going for the weapon toss there. I tried to go for a huge play. Not gonna be able to find that though. And we're gonna see some spear gameplay from Guichabou. Isn't that interesting?
It's going to be interesting, and then he's going to hit 3 moves and then rip an N-sig, and the game's over, and we're going to realize why this pick is so solid for Guichabou here. Just one dodge read correctly on the spear will also lead to a KO, but that side air will catch Guichabou. A lot of sweat beats coming out. A side air from woolala, and we won't see it this time as woolala spears reign supreme in this mirror matchup.
And
So
I
one
was
thing
definitely,
Guichabou's... Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
One thing Guichabou's been doing a lot of is like floating really high in the air, jumping around a lot over on the left side, delaying his recovery. He's going to get punished for that for sure with the side air. Oh, almost got the neutral air on the backside of it. But one thing Guichabou's been doing is like hovering a lot in the air, and then woolala will move towards him, realize he's going to do that, and then go back to the main stage and punish Guichabou as he's coming down in that delayed recovery back to main stage.
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
Nice.
that
Oh,
set
whoa.
off stage, it would have been over. But instead, Guichabou, he goes for a down sig, supposed to be an N sig there. That would have been a KO option, maybe even a Qatar recovery, and lands right into the N sig. The ground pound doesn't come up in time, but a dash up, uppercut. The neutral heavy is enough for Guichabou to take it off the top.
Damn. Oh,
Nice even game between the two, though. It was so much closer. in the previous game. Their damage numbers were, I think they were double digits, maybe even single digits apart from each other. It's just the really high strength and the really high defense that Queen Nai brings to the table seems like it's a struggle a little bit for woolala right now. He hit a couple like nice signature reads. Maybe if he can lean into the down signature on Spear a little bit more, he can find more consistent KO options. Because like the D-Light recoveries, the D-Light side airs are not really an option. There is no true combo KO option on Lance that he can lean into. Like he hit the neutral signature, gravity cancel there towards the end, but he just maybe needs to find those KO options a little bit earlier.
And to remind everyone, the reason Guichabou is in the elimination side is because woolala sent him here. So this is a run back in top 4. And Guichabou, I mean, looking to prove that that was definitely a fluke here because he is completely running away with this game. Going for the down sig read there, doesn't get the hitbox. woolala continuing on this Spear. That ground pound's so hard to punish even on Spear.
Nice side air. Guichabou completely disengages from that. There's the neutral air. There's the side light. Into the D-Light. Nothing right after that, though. Weapon toss is going to allow woolala to land safely. He gets caught out with that. I thought we might have seen a neutral signature.
Oh, okay. Bit of a brave option there. We are going to see the weapon toss to potentially close that out. Okay, there we go. Guichabou going out there, putting the assurance foot down to make sure the stock is definitely gone. We're going to weapon starve here just a little bit, see if we can kind of get this going here. I do feel like Guichabou is playing a bit more lax towards the end of that second game and going into this game.
God.
You know, like you can see just who throws that out like 4 times in a row.
This is not looking good now. woolala is getting caught by every trick in the book. The double D-Lights, the read on the dodges, the double D-Light into recovery, it just can't happen. If you get hit by 8 Qatar D-Lights and you're not losing your stock, the Qatar player, like, controller disconnected. I mean, that's exactly what, like, every Qatar player wants. You cannot be giving that to Guichabou.
I think Guichabou is like perfectly dialed on exactly how much respect he needs to give woolala in this moment. In the beginning, he was giving him a lot of respect, maybe a little bit too much, and now he's figured out exactly how much to give, exactly how far he can push. There's a D-Light, the neutral air, the weapon toss, even the GC D-Light there. He's not afraid to lose his stock. He's already up to GC D-Light. The D-Sig is too low. woolala, you gotta be able to hit those, man. He gets the recovery for the KO off the top, but you have an aerial opponent. You're throwing out D-Sigs, brother. That's insig territory.
Guichabou's not playing like a good person right now.
Yeah, he changed the game to dive kick, man. He's dive kicking. That was like 6 downers in a row. That doesn't instant win you the game in this game, but it's still a decent option, especially when you want a little style point. Speaking of which, the down air sends off stage. The air will send away once again. woolala dodging in once again. The same dodge in that Guichabou is caught. Now waiting for woolala. The nair sent downwards. Looking for it all here. Another nair. It's 3 nairs. Count him. woolala getting the side air. Immediately punishing that attempt to ground pound with a weapon toss into a turnaround with a side light. The down sig will send upwards. Guichabou in complete control. D-Light into the Thunder Spears. Guichabou with a clean 3-0. He makes redemption of that winner side. That was a crazy showing on Demon Island.
Why did he do all that?
Because he's PR5, brother. Like, this is a top 8 North American player. Like what do you think, man?
He was really upset.
In the bracket right now. Clearly, Balloon Boy DQ out of the bracket. Rutsme, who had a great run, not making it into the bracket. So it's going to be Guichabou now versus megD to get, what is this, 3rd place. So this is going to be quite an important set. I think whoever wins this set, well, I think if Guichabou wins this set, he's winning the tournament. On the other hand, megD is going to try to hold on to his tournament run. This is going to be the toughest opponent so far.
Yeah, this is definitely seeming a lot more, I guess, usual for us. Like, you know, when we're in the top 8 for North America.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite in the losers finals, but it wouldn't be something that's completely like, whoa, I've never expected this. So we got megD taking on Guichabou here. Going to be running it into Fortress of Lions. And, all right, there we go. We got the Qatars in hand immediately.
I'm curious to see with this Qatar mirror if Guichabou is going to find the same success that Bunny saw versus megD, which is kind of like winning those off-stage games, holding forward. megD, I mean, seemingly the antithesis of this playstyle in the very defensive gameplay, but I mean, Guichabou is like the best he's ever looked, I think, in his history of his career, so I don't expect this to be easy for megD by any means.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's a young kid too. I mean, he's only going to get better as time goes on. Until you hit the age, like the incredibly old, like 22 years old in Brawlhalla, he'll be just fine.
Father Time takes us all, and in Brawlhalla, Father Time comes very shortly. 22 is like Unk status. Shout out Sandstorm.
All right, here we go. Finally going to be able to answer back here for a little bit of damage. Oh, goes for a big sick call out.
Oh, he's going for it again. Didn't quite have the weapon toss dialed in there to get it like right over the corner. Great weapon toss. What are you doing? He's just going to keep doing it. Come on.
you have to find a way to adapt to it. And now you burn all of your resources. Double exclamation point off stage. A side light will send Guichabou away, but a landing side air continues this advantage. Guichabou throws his weapon away. The dodge, kind of a weird mix-up of movement. The nair into the stage, nowhere near KOing. But you gotta be careful. The Thunder Spear down sig will come out, and Guichabou will close that first stock out.
Gonna juggle his weapons to delay that next weapon spawn, but picks up his guitars quickly as megD lands on the main platform with iframes. Weapon spawn coming in. Guichabou is not gonna strip the field because he doesn't want to potentially lose those guitars. Nice ground pound. He still ended up hitting that on megD too. It's back to guitars versus guitars. Last time, this was definitely favoring Guichabou. Great dodge from megD. That saved him.
Now, yeah,
That was actually
Guichabou,
like a nutty combo too.
and he'll definitely keep that in the memory bank. Now he'll go for a side air instead of a down air there. So megD, once again, will be put on notice if he ever gets a string like that, but we won't see it on that stock. A D-light into side air will close out that stock.
Yeah, but 100
Or we might get a decent
credit though. I mean, Guichabou's in a fine spot. Like, I don't think he should be worried at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far we just really haven't seen too much from megD that really shows me that he's like ready to go explosive mode at any given point. Like obviously we know he plays a little bit slower than most players out there, but like he has those moments where he can be explosive and he can do something big. He just really hasn't found that controller momentum, and Guichabou has found it. He's found it so many different times. He has like a complete read on megD's movement. He's being able to react to these dodges so well. He's found like that neutral signature on the right side too. So like he's putting out a lot of pressure when he's using moves. He's able to punish that as well, just getting right over it. megD maybe with the desperation signatures coming in.
Oh, okay, just throwing that out once again. Not gonna be able to find a hit on that. It's just gonna keep pressing it, I guess. You gotta do that against a player like megD and get away with it, because like he's usually playing passively as it is anyway. So he's waiting for his moment to kind of like, you know, for you to really commit to something for him to get a punish on it. So
Oh, the down air barely missing megD there, who barely avoids it. But the weapon, okay, the weapon toss coming into effect even later on, a little foreshadowing there, but still no follow-up after that. If that was an end sig off of that, that's a clean KO, but won't find it quite yet. megD holding on, very, very lucky, I should add.
Yeah, the way he threw that weapon, I thought that was the plan. I thought he was going to throw that up, get the end light, bounce it off the weapon toss into, I thought it was going to be a D-Sig, because you can really pick up a grounded opponent much more easily than ripping that N-Sig. But it's still, either way, I think he maybe wasn't ready when he threw that weapon. He was just like, I'm throwing this away, rather than setting up some insane Rube Goldberg machine to then get the KO off the top. He's still in a fantastic spot, has a massive lead, still has control over virtually every aspect of this game against megD.
Oh,
Oh,
my
God.
goodness.
Oh,
And
God.
that time reading
waits.
megD, not burning an option. That's such a smart wait, and tries to extend with a GC downlight off the nair. It doesn't hit that time, but I mean, once again, these just go into the memory bank. Oh my.
Oh, Guichabou, yes, sir.
mix.
Weapon toss to get the dodge D-light into the ground pound. It's beautiful. He's incorporating these weapon tosses, trying to burn these dodges, burn these resources for megD, and it's working.
oh my god, that was such a crazy mix up there too. That was disgusting.
Oh,
All right, there we go. Yep,
Nice.
Close that out. Oh my god, dude, that was such a nice little mix-up.
300 damage difference between the two. 636 and 348. Guichabou is in complete control.
And we go back to Skip's favorite say, small fortress of lions, baby. Nowhere else to go. There's no
The
other
thing
match.
is, like,
all
it's a
cosmetic.
nice looking stage, but clearly every game.
Yes, sir.
Come on, man.
I mean, I don't know if I'd want to go anywhere versus Guichabou, really. I feel like this is probably like the safest bet. You have a decently sized wall. You have like decent blast zones, so you're not getting KO'd really early. But if you go to stage like Demon Island or Small World's End, it's especially Demon Island. I like you're just gone.
Yeah, I'd be looking for a soft platform like on Small Fortress, something that I can retreat to. And then, like, if Guichabou wants to come in and throw out a neutral signature, it's usually reasonably reactable. So that soft platform can really act as a safe space. megD's been maybe trying to go there. Okay, he's going to push off stage. Has the weapon toss, the down air as well. Guichabou did not get the touch. Almost got the turnaround side air, but not quite.
Okay,
That's the
okay,
explosive.
Yeah, so
That's the
what you were
explosivity
kind of
for
alluding
megD I was
to.
talking about. Yep, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was talking about.
I mean, we see a little bit more of that. I mean, you know, I'm going to see what Walt sees when he says megD's his favorite player.
I don't know about that one. I don't know if I go that far, Chief. I think you're going to be alone on that one. You and Walt, you can hold hands for that one, not me, brother.
But that was an absolutely sick combo. Definitely nice to see some explosiveness like that come out of megD here, especially going down 2-0 now. We kind of need to see a little bit more of that.
Oh, if that was an N-Sig, that potentially could KO off the top. A good read, but not quite finding its mark.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay. Jump side air, looking for it all there with the N-Sig. Doesn't get the anti-air. megD really holding on into this game, but that side air will find the KO, and Guichabou uses the spear to his advantage and finds that KO with a great whiff punish on the movement. We'll see Guichabou trying to extend this lead here with these Katars.
Now we've seen Guichabou with 2 Katar insigs, and megD's gone for 2 different punishes when he has Katars. Weapon toss goes right over his head, setting up for the edge guard. He's going to push off stage. No, Guichabou recovers high. But it was the D-Light which didn't go far enough to hit the insig, and then we saw the side air on the Katar right after that. I don't know what the best punish is. Like, you could go for the insig to get, like, the most damage, but then you don't really have any follow-up potential off of that, and you're not going to, like, stuff off stage or anything. It's going to bounce off the main stage and they're going to be in the air. So maybe you go for insig into juggle opportunities. I'm not sure what the best punish for that whiff neutral signature is. And I'm not sure megD has like really zeroed in on what that is either.
Oh, nice down air, but we see a down stick come out that time from Guichabou, and that's going to be a nice recovery to call out Guichabou going high off the wall to get out of the corner. And megD now, which with, I mean, the biggest lead he's had this set, the only lead he's had this set, and the best chance he's had this set to win this game.
Throwing out a couple recoveries there, just not able to find anything out of it right now, and really got to hand it to megD again. Going down 2-0 and now kind of controlling the pace here, just looking like a much different player all of a sudden.
Okay, looking for this landing, goes for the downlight there. Nice punish, that's a classic from Guichabou. He'll whiff a move in the corner immediately. GC turnaround D-Light. Okay, Pogo.
The ground pound option.
Yep.
We have the recovery option. If megD's in the air, we have the D-Light option to set up into the recovery of the side air. There's just the side light from Guichabou. 2 whiff punishes coming out from megD. Potential Pogo territory. It's just a ground pound. That's going to be the KO right off the edge.
It's very intrusive thought from a sword there to go for that ground pound. Every player that's had sword in their hands, like, I have to let a ground pound rip here. Just the chances of that hitting very low. Guichabou will easily punish it as well.
Threading the needle around the weapon toss and just the advancing attacks there from Guichabou in general. I mean, really got to hand it to megD there. Some slick movement. Also some nice damage here, too.
Yeah, great damage output. Sync Guichabou off stage. He was able to pick up the weapon off of that, too, and now he's keeping the damage move going. There's a down air. The side light gets dodged through from Guichabou, and he finds 3 off of it.
That's a big punish there. The down air as well. megD and Guichabou both disengaging. D-Light into a dodge, avoiding the down air. Goes for an N-Light into a down light as well. Guichabou now hovering over to megD. The down light comes out. N-Light into down light. Doesn't get the full hit there into a combo. Guichabou here with all that defense and strength is going to make this game very, very difficult for megD to close out.
Weapon toss. He doesn't have the pickup ground pound option that he has on Spear. A much more narrow hitbox coming out from the Katar, so he doesn't go for it. Just onto the soft platform. He's going to ground pound and just serve himself up on a silver platter like that, belly exposed.
I don't know what I thought. Usually they go through. Guichabou will go through the platform there, but he didn't decide to go for it. Might have been a misinput, maybe releasing the down input a little bit too early, and that's going to give megD a chance in this set 2-1 now.
Yeah, but see, it's moments like that where, like, it's a small mistake that can really haunt you, and, like, it will stay in your memory for a hot minute. So we're going to have to see if Guichabou can kind of just push past that, because this could actually be the opening that megD really needs to start pushing his game plan even further to try and take this set.
I do wonder if he was trying to change things up by ending the ground pound on the soft platform rather than going through it. But off of that, if megD tried to punish the landing, I don't think there's really anything that Guichabou could do to get down there in time to make any big impact play. Like, he's not going to have the time to get in there and whip and rip a D-Sig or anything like that. So yeah, it's just a really questionable decision from Guichabou. I'd love to know what he was thinking in that moment as we get in this next game.
And speaking of questionable decisions, megD leaving Demon Island open versus Guichabou. I definitely don't think this is anywhere near where you want to be versus a player like Guichabou, but megD contending somewhat in this, but definitely could see one good read, and it could easily show why you never leave the stage open versus a solid guitar player.
I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe he's just got bad intentions here. It's not looking like it right now, though. I mean, when you give a player a bit of a comfort pick, it could definitely swing that momentum right back into their favor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep, he's just going to catch you right there. All the active frames, he can cover basically that entire wall and into the push-off column, too. Like, there's just very little for megD to do there.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. Big damage lead there, even landing with a down air. megD burning the dodge, but turn around, N-Light sends off stage, looking for a recovery to call out Guichabou. Guichabou, too many options to get hit by that. D-Light into side air sends off stage. Nice juggle, continuing with the Nair, and no weapon for Guichabou, who tries to look for the weapon toss to give him some time to land, but won't find any reprieve from the pressure. megD with a clean edge guard.
I love how when Guichabou threw the weapon down and megD, I can't remember if he dodged or if he just moved away from it. Once he saw like it wasn't going to, it was no longer active, he was playing around it in case Guichabou came down for the regrab and he could punish that landing. So really smart gameplay from megD, just playing around that weapon toss that came from Guichabou.
Oh, punish.
Nice chase side. Wow, the
chased
sider
him.
not connecting.
Where was the recovery, brother?
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, we dodge right through that one. We avoid that extended edgeguard sequence. megD getting a GC end light into a nair. Guichabou whiffing the side light. Nice pick up there
Back
from
up the
megD.
dodge.
Gotta be careful for these signatures.
Oh,
Okay.
man. This stock started with a 40 damage lead for Guichabou here. megD just clawing his way back, man. Real solid damage so far.
Ooh!
Not enough. Oh, yes, it is with the weapon toss. megD with a clean edge guard. That was so sick.
Yeah, that was really nice. Seeing that weapon toss coming in, getting around it, and still finding a move also right after that. The down air, fantastic setup from megD. I mean, he's in a fantastic spot. Only 88 damage on this stock. He still has 2 stocks to his name. Guichabou's on final. It's Qatar v Qatar, and I feel like, I mean, this game it's been favoring megD. Like, not like Guichabou has been bad this game whatsoever. He's had some great moments, but I just feel like overall it's been favoring megD.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey, putting himself in a
Guichabou
terrible spot.
looks a
off stage.
little uncharacteristic right now, honestly. Like, I feel like he's kind of forcing some things all of a sudden.
And not letting the NSIG rip there when he's let so many already whiff in this game. Interesting.
Yeah, definitely the speed changeup from megD has really thrown Guichabou for a loop. He doesn't look comfortable in many of the things that he's doing.
Yep, there we go. Trying to find his way through here. Oh, no punish. Pogo.
Oh, that's a very... I mean, that's like a Hail Mary. We'll throw it up and let Jesus take the wheel. I'm not too sure what that side sig was going to be hitting. megD definitely not going to be dashing into that anytime soon. Guichabou now forcing megD towards the wall. A jump side air, more reads from Guichabou, but they're definitely unearned. A side air into the stage and a nice dodge through that weapon. And Guichabou is going to continue to struggle to find this KO. megD with a D-light into
Ooh,
recovery,
that's
avoiding
tough.
that reversal.
It wouldn't have been the KO just on that alone. Even if he did a grab to cancel neutral heavy, it wouldn't have been the KO off the top because of all that defense in the high ceiling. Demon Island and Guichabou is gonna fall. He holds right after he's in sweat beads, trying to stay away from megD, who's ready to punish his landing. He holds right just a little bit too long. He can't move back to the left. He doesn't have his dodge. He's in sweat beads. He doesn't have any movement options other than just holding a direction in the air, and you're playing a low movement speed Queen 9, so you're not moving through the air very fast, and you're just gonna fall. And he's making the salty swap onto the Levi.
Oh my god. That was very silly.
We go back to Small Fortress of Lions, and we see a Levi mirror match here.
This is like Heavenly Levi versus like Devil Levi.
I could be your
Levi
angle or
cleaning
your
and Levi,
devil.
yeah.
Don't you remember that episode of Attack on Titan where Heavenly Levi came out to challenge Devil Levi?
Yeah, man,
That
that's
was
crazy.
That was my favorite thing.
That was a great OVA or whatever. I don't remember.
Okay,
All
side
right.
light, down light. megD getting some things started. Guichabou is going to let the signatures rip. This will be the biggest difference, I think, between the two. Obviously, megD with more experience on his series, but also just like Guichabou's willingness to actually use signatures.
Yeah. He's always been a signature guy that was, ooh, nice neutral air. Calling out the GCD light that came out from Guichabou. He thought there was going to be just enough time to get that GCD light, or the iframes from the GC would give him enough to get through whatever attack that megD threw out, but it wasn't, and megD got the punish off of it. But yeah, that goes back to Guichabou's days like playing Lin Fei. That was so core to his gameplay with that legend, and every swap that he's done after that.
Okay, well, right now, keeping him weapon starved at the moment, getting some nice extra credit here too. No punish on the weapon pickup.
Oh, dash up end light, winning that neutral exchange, and megD with great patience there. Dash jump through side air, looking to find an edge guard. GC end light, side air whiffs the recovery as well from Guichabou, who hasn't found anything off stage versus megD. megD actually the one finding more results, fighting off the stage onto the stage than Guichabou here. End light into recovery, we'll find the KO.
You could see him just waiting around until he could finally get that dodge off of megD, so the in-light recovery could be his quote-unquote true option, or at least his unjumpable option, that he could get the KO off the top. Only about 90 damage behind, so nothing terrible right now. Guichabou recovering back to the main stage. Sticking to megD like glue, even got the turnaround. Okay, there's down air, side light, in light.
Oh,
There's the
he
GCD
had
light
him.
the other direction we've been waiting for. I thought that was going to hit.
Yeah, he definitely knew exactly where he needed to be going for that. So that was actually just really well done. Well, I mean, Guichabou not out yet. Granted, he is behind by about 30 points of damage here. It's certainly not all is lost.
Okay, and Light into recovery. It's not enough to KO, but we pick up a sword now, and there's a chance on this juggle. And Light instead for megD, who just wants this edge guard once again. Guichabou, high weapon toss, downer will seal the fate, and megD one stock away from their chance into grand finals.
Just a really classic sword edge guard there. He avoided the weapon toss and then came down in with the downer. Kind of like how we saw last game on Demon Island, him getting around the spear weapon toss that was on the right side and then punishing for the KO off of that. Very similar thing. He's ready for these weapon tosses off stage from Guichabou.
Okay, and man, Guichabou really just kind of keeps putting himself in these unarmed positions. I mean, he's definitely going for these weapon tosses a little too often and just not finding anything out of it. And megD is really making him pay for it too.
Okay, avoiding that. The downer comes in. megD, nice whip punish on the down light that time. D-Light into wait, looking for the recovery. Side light send off stage. End light, D-Light, waiting.
All right. Big. He's doing a really good job keeping him to the side of the stage here.
Oh, megD with a nice snare. The
Oh, he
side
gets
stick
through
comes
that
out as
too.
well. What a big read with the GC. End light, but it's not D-Light, but it's not enough. The recovery anyway comes out, and megD moves forward with a 3-1 over Guichabou, solidifying his spot into grand finals.
Yeah, that was a 2-stock that game as well. I just feel like the swap onto Levi was like that desperation swap coming out from Guichabou, and specifically that legend lacks a lot of that, like we talked about, explosive potential.
Is always a player I'm happy to watch. So I mean, I'm excited to just kind of be here for it.
Now, we saw quite a bit of megD earlier, of course, given that we're this deep in the bracket, and megD was playing a lot of Asuri, specifically, of course, the Levi crossover, for those who might be a little bit confused on why you're seeing not the cat on your screen. That's that Levi crossover. But now, as we can see in the lobby, he's making the swap over onto Onyx, so he's going to bring all of that gauntlet experience that he has. We were talking a little bit about that explosive potential. It's not all the time, but he does have that explosive potential deep in his bones. That's going to be cannon all day. That's going to be that scary cannon. Cannon's one of those like aura weapons where it just has so much aura around it that it's a frightening weapon to go up against because like you hit a side light, you dodge wrong, here comes the big dammy.
Yeah, I mean, I love cannon. It's my favorite weapon in the game. I think it's so sick. Such a neat concept for it. But why am I seeing megD on Onyx, man? It's just it's such a weird sight to see. And you know what? Probably it has to do with that extra defense coming into play here. Probably because of the fact that Bunny, again, being such an offensive juggernaut, just kind of helps, just live a little bit longer here. Like you mentioned, with the gauntlet experience as well, it's not like you're too far from home.
He's going to be floating up on the soft platform. Instantly gets punished. Just a sidelight neutral air. The turnaround recovery coming out from Bunny as well. Quite a bit of damage very quickly. Now, megD is going to be playing a relatively tanky legend also, just like it was previously on the Asuri.
There we go. Small little uppercut just to put on a little bit of extra damage here. And now megD doing a pretty good job. I mean, this is looking a lot similar to what we were just seeing here. megD not willing to go off stage. Just going to sit here and try to control the stage as much as possible. Not going to get that stock on that one. But one more of those should certainly be able to close that one out. With the cannon instead, we'll definitely get it done here.
Yeah, I think that's really going to play into him not going off stage is he can just pick up the cannon and then find a D-Light neutral air. And that is your true combo setup. It's reliable. I'm not going to say it's the easiest thing to hit in the world, but it is a consistent thing to hit. It's reliable, and you can count on it.
And so far, it looks like this Onyx is definitely paying out quite a bit. That extra defense definitely coming in very handy here. Keep this stock alive a little bit longer. Right,
Jumping, floating, swapping over to the gauntlets. The side light, turnaround neutral air does miss. megD putting plenty of space between the two. The dash inside sync from Bunny, potentially setting up an edge guard. megD, he moved away just a little bit and was a little bit too low for that side air from Bunny. The D-sync over the stage. Bunny moves back on, but megD's gone. He's already away from that wall. He's back onto the main stage, putting out a ton of damage on a Bunny.
Oh, man, I would have really liked to see that cannon pick up and then continue the combo. Just not able to get it. But 205 still living here. That should definitely clean that one up. But my goodness, man, that's just the power of Onyx.
That was a great in-light pickup, though. Gravity canceling that in-light from Bunny. She saw the way megD was moving in. Obviously, he has cannon, so he can side air his way back in, regardless of what weapon he has. He has that side air for in-air movement that doesn't burn your in-air movement economy. She just had to wait. Then she gravity canceled the neutral light for all the active frames. Oh, the read, catching the high jump right after that with a side air. Again, another side air from megD.
Okay, there we go. Bunny gonna be able to get something going. Just gonna get that one hit. The one nair is all she's gonna be able to find here. Really just trying to find a way to try and even things up. But man, this Onyx pick from megD is certainly working out very much in his favor at the moment here. There we go. Some good damage. Again, just going for that stage control.
He's going to be looking for KO options now after that. After hitting that in-light, it could be an in-light if it's over on the corner. He's just going to look for the D-light. Yep, that's a smart move. He's just going to set up for that. He's going to jump around. He's going to dash around. He's going to wait to hit the D-light. Or maybe if Bunny, she's been relatively aerial, maybe, yeah, the neutral layer exactly like that. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Okay, there we go. Weapon toss. Oh, boom. There we go. Second stock out of the way here and off to a great game one. Now, see, this is kind of also part of what I want to add to this, too, is that megD is already a bit warmed up, right? Just got back, I believe, from a reverse 3-0, right? Has been playing really, really well. So coming into this, Bunny, you know, unless she's been playing, you know, just a little bit online on the side or whatever, just kind of watching the bracket, she is coming into this a little colder.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see if it just like takes a moment or if megD's just going to keep this pressure going up. He's playing this Onyx a lot like Guichabou would play Lin Fei, where he's like mostly doing damage with the gauntlets. Of course, it was Guichabou doing it with the guitars. And then it's time to KO, going to swap over to the cannon and find the consistent KO option. There's the Enlight sending over to the edge, backing up just a little bit. Sidelight does whiff. Side air back onto the stage whiffs as well. Both players just whiffing. Nobody finding any hits in the past like 10 or 15 seconds. megD just being careful. There's the sidelight into the recovery after he got the nair.
Whoa!
Slide charging that signature, and he gets punished.
Is that going to be the stock? It's certain. Whoa, going to be able to find a way through. Just barely here. Oh, my God.
Dude,
this
get off the wall, please.
It's the longest I've ever seen megD on the wall. I'm going to be real. But there we
They
go.
were
We finally
both
get that stock out
over
of the way.
there for so long, Skip. They spent so long off stage. It was like 3 or 4 different iterations of either one of them or both of them being in sweat beads at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Like somebody was losing a stock there. Nobody was coming out of that unscathed. But we are going to see that final stock disappear. megD taking game 1 here. However, keep in mind this is the first set of grand finals. If megD wins, going to have to win 3 more games after that.
I just look at this Onyx, and I'm scared of that cannon. I am so scared of that consistent KO option. Because, like, he had it on the Asuri that he was playing previously if he wants to swap over to the sword. Obviously, the D-Light recovery or the D-Light side air or anything like that. But the fact that you can KO so much earlier with cannon, and the fact that also the signature kit is very solid coming out from Onyx. We saw megD use it quite a few times, not even just for the move itself in the hitboxes, but to, like, move himself in the air and get back over onto the wall there towards the end of the game with the neutral signature. So, yeah, it gives him so many different options to then use a weapon he's extremely familiar with the gauntlets that he's built his career off of, and then have KO options that are consistent and reliable.
Yeah. I mean, that cannon, too, also just provides so much extra mobility, too. It's such a mobile weapon on top of the explosive nature that it already has, too. So, but, no!
Oh!
You hate to see it, the misinput. Unfortunate.
Yeah, he didn't get a touch in time, so he didn't have enough options to move up after that falling nair. If that dodge didn't come out from Bunny, that might have been the stock there. So megD just, like, really went for a big play in that moment, hoping he could grab that neutral air, and Bunny just wasn't having it, and megD ends up losing his stock. See if he can find his way back in. There's a sidelight, going to be big damage. Yep, second sidelight, the turnaround side air. He's going to keep it going. Landing, gets the neutral. I thought it was going to be a landing dare.
Okay, ooh. Oh, okay, I was about to say, that could potentially be another stock here for Bunny. And there we go, going to be able to answer right back. Now only 30 damage for extra credit here. Great reversal from megD, though.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job of evening it up. I love that weapon toss over his head in case Bunny wanted to move in with like a ground pound or any like major finishing move in that moment. But then he also moved around it as Bunny moved away from it too. And he's, dude, look at all this gauntlet damage. Down air's coming back and forth from both players. They're sharing like the same gauntlet brain cell in this moment.
They are just press and dare over and over again on each other. All right, got the nair. Not going to follow anything else out with that, but there we go. Side air recovery. Not side air, excuse me. Yeah, side light.
Neutral air just barely whiffing, but he gets the down air. She gets the down air punish on megD as he whiffed the neutral light. Let's see if she can make something happen with the big hit boxes of Axe. Just like really focus on whiff punishing or just, yeah, the down air right there.
Tried to get that Sarah, wasn't able to find it. Okay, there we
Both
go.
of those down airs. You can hit a grounded opponent. You can hit an aerial opponent. Then when you're on the main stage, once you've gotten stage control off of that down air, then you have D-lights, you have N-lights. You have really safe moves that cover a lot of territory.
There we go. Okay, Bunny with a solid lead here. We definitely want to get some extra credit with the way that megD's been playing. You want to try and extend this stock as long as possible. There we go. Gauntlets in hand.
Adaptation. coming back from Bunny here. She does have the gauntlets in her hands. I wonder if she wants to swap something out in case she loses this stock and then she's going to be on her other weapon. I don't know exactly what's primed to come out next. megD, what's he going to do over on the corner? Just dash an in-light, but he whiffs right as Bunny comes over. Ooh, okay. She doesn't have like enough to maybe throw out a GC Insig or anything to KO off the top. megD's just in yellow, so even the GC Insig, I don't think KO's there.
Yeah, but the way that she's playing on the stock right now, getting a lot of really, again, solid extra credit here. This is definitely what you want to see. And it's definitely a bit more familiar from what we saw in Winners Finals earlier as well.
Love that weapon toss to get the hit, to get a little bit of hit stun, interrupt the momentum in the way that like Bunny was moving into the D-Light, into the pickup, into the recovery for the KO off the top. We saw Guichabou do that before. Now we saw megD doing it.
Ooh. Okay, there we go. Oh, what an angle on that, too. And there we go. Going to be able to clean that right up. Well played from Bunny, taking that game, too.
The damage between the two was relatively low. It was 468 to 425. So really efficient on their KOs, grabbing them like right when they're in KO damage. Of course, you turn red at that 150 damage mark. So really, once you get a little bit past that, that's when they're both immediately looking for KOs. megD's been doing that on the cannon really well, and then Bunny's been doing that with her axe really well, and also some dash in lights right over there on the corner when she has the gauntlets. Just across the board, both of these players are playing extremely well.
Yeah, they're definitely doing exactly what we're expecting from them, honestly. But I do think that that game 2 definitely showed a little bit of Bunny getting comfortable with the Onyx pick here. Definitely seemed a lot more in control. I think that game 1 definitely got a little bit chaotic, and you know what, for good reasons, I would say.
megD backing up over on the corner, the D-Light into the down air, and the side light into the down air. Almost gets it down there, but a great dodge from Bunny. The turnaround D-Sig does not hit. GC side sig going to give her a lot of room, more than she could cover with the dodge. And she gets the dodge off of cooldown because she ripped it so early. But because the dodge was then on cooldown right after that, sidelight, GC sidelight, recovery for the KO.
Everything I just said about getting comfortable against the Onyx pick, throw that out the window. This is like an entirely different game, but you know what? That was also just megD playing different with the cannon as well. Going off stage a little bit too, not just allowing Bunny to get onto stage. As soon as Bunny was touching the wall, getting aggressive there.
Yeah, he was playing a lot more just like standard cannon neutral of sidelight, wait, sidelight side air, or sidelight down air, the D-Light down air because you're over on the corner, so the D-Light is not going to be able to set up into the neutral air because of that goofy corner pickup. So a lot of just like regular, fundamental neutral cannon play coming out from megD, which he hasn't been doing too much of so far. It's mostly been for KOs, and then the regular neutral gameplay comes from the gauntlets.
Okay. Here we go. Got that axe in hand now. Just all I'm gonna get is a dare out of that. That's a little unfortunate.
D-Light just barely missing. Bunny not able to find a whiff punish. There's the down air. Setting up in anything more. She dashed forward like she wanted to in-light, but then just waited and threw out the side sig. Almost got that ground pound, but Bunny came in with the recovery, so megD pulled out of it. In-light sitting over, off stage. Weapon toss gets dodged through. It means the dodge is gone. megD gets around that down air because Bunny's not able to time it right.
Oh, dude. Oh, no. Good unarmed damage so far. The weapon toss. Oh, okay. You do get the crazy delayed hit on that.
Dude, he's 232 damage given. Bunny cannot find this stock. There's the down air finally sending off stage. All of that hit stun, all of that force, finally getting the KO off of that. But Bunny's pretty deep in the orange. Neutralite. She does strip the field.
I mean, hey, that's just kind of, again, what Onyx is all about. That high defensive stat really coming through. Okay,
sidelight, a little bit of a delay on that side air. Bunny's still stuck in the air, so that side air was just a little bit too low. D-Light down air. The recovery also misses. There's megD with his answer back.
There we go. Bunny's starting to really get some damage racked up here, too. What was a pretty big lead is now shrinking slowly. Granted, she's probably going to lose this stock before she can, you know, take megD's, but, like, it's definitely looking a lot better than what it just was a few seconds ago.
And she's put up some solid damage, setting up for the edge guard, and megD's going to completely get away from it. He was retreating over to the left side of the stage, but the fist chased after him. There's a sidelight into the recovery as well, coming back over onto the axe. A side air might do it here. Dude, she's 211 damage. What is the survivability from this game? We just talked about how efficient they were with KOs.
Well, I guess they really don't like us, so they're trying to just be like, yeah, these guys don't know what they're talking about. Oh, yeah,
that's
okay.
Crazy.
That was a crazy call-out.
Such a crazy move to go for.
But hey, you know what? I mean, sometimes it's those crazy moves that you just kind of get your opponent just going like, what is happening right now? So I don't hate it, but like, it definitely could have done something a little more, I think, safe.
It's just like, it literally serves you up right there for the perfect signature punish coming out from megD to get the KO. Like, it's right there. You're right in the air, floating right in front of him.
Well, from what started as like about 100-point lead, I think going into that second stock was now only 40, but now 71. So honestly, again, not looking too bad for Bunny here, but again, this is still an uphill battle for her.
Yeah, megD with a pretty solid lead. It's not an insurmountable lead, but it's a pretty solid lead. Has Bunny in the orange and backing up, catches the down air into the neutral light as well. The side light just barely whiffs. Dashing in with the side light, whiffing again. There is a cannon in the middle of the field. He could pick it up and get a neutral air KO again like he did last stock.
Bunny is struggling right now.
Inlight coming out. Now he's swapping over to the cannon. He's looking for that KO potential. Going to throw out the signature. Might as well. You're not going to be able to punish that when you're recovering over the corner like that. He's just coming in with these zoning nairs. There's a D-light, but Bunny was in the air and on the wrong side of him.
Okay, hang on. We got a little bit of life here. It's still going to be a tough one, though. Yeah, it only takes a couple hits to confirm into something. The cannon's gone. Ooh, gonna miss just barely.
Like the classic 2019 stock finisher, the GC unarmed side light, there's the neutral air. I was worried that once he threw away the cannon and he was going to pick up gauntlets again, that was going to be Bunny's opportunity. There was still going to be like more damage probably that comes out from megD, but he wasn't going to be able to find any KO options because, again, the cannon has been the tool to KO. So once he picked up that pair of gauntlets, I was like, uh-oh, this could be the Bunny comeback right here. And then he was able to get the cannon back again to then end that stock.
Yep. But here we are, 2-1 now in megD's favor. One more game will reset the bracket. We will go into a grand finals reset, running it right back to Fortress of Lions here. And there we go. First hit and going to be able to get that cannon into hand.
There's a neutral air from megD, then back-to-back neutral lights from Bunny. Ooh, 2 nairs coming out from megD. Okay, great call out with the ground pound. The neutral air jump just barely missing. Not really knowing what to do after that GC D-light made a connection.
Okay, I like that. Getting that turnaround to kind of push him off to the stage instead. There we go, though. Going to be able to answer back.
Just the wait after the side light. She's not able to find the neutral air. Another neutral air missing. Both players just looking for a hit, and nobody's able to find anything until that side light whiff punish. The delayed recovery right after. There's the side air as well, or the neutral air, excuse me. Yeah, there's the in light.
Now that axe
Is Bunny going to, like, wait for a D-sig? No, just to jump and side air over it. I'm surprised she got the punish in time.
I mean, that sig does kind of take a little bit to, to kind of like finish up. So, I mean, I'm not too surprised, but that definitely was well scouted. Just, really good button presses going on there. But 163 even right now. Oh, gonna live! Not for too much longer. And we're just gonna see our first stock in game 4 go. Bunny, can you respond? 163 here.
What's her next weapon going to be? She's going to be looking for it. There was the neutral light to send megD over to the right, but megD was actually behind her, so it didn't hit, and he stripped the field. Here comes the cannon. She hits a neutral light. Doesn't give her enough room to safely pick up the weapon. megD's still going to have weapon control. There should be one coming in shortly. Hopefully, it's right on top of Bunny. She moves forward away from it, but does get the hit, giving her the room. Nice recovery! You could have gone for the down air there if you were just like panicking in that moment and looking for anything that you could possibly hit. But no, she made the smart move. You can pick up a recovery on a grounded opponent if you fall just a little bit. Make sure you're low enough when you throw out that recovery. And she gets the KO off it. So great work from Bunny.
There we go. A lot of trades here too. Onesies, twosies, all over the place. Bunny tracing him out there. Oh my God.
Dude. We're having a replay of what we got before. We're having weapon tosses. We're having sweat beads. We're having interrupted recoveries.
I was just waiting for it because, I mean, I felt like we've been kind of seeing a very slow, methodical Bunny here, and then it just takes one small instance, just a lot of play off stage, and we start seeing some of that chaos bleed through.
It really feels like both of them agreeing in the moment, be like, hey, you want to do this? Yeah, why not? Well, let's do this. And then they engage over on the edge for a little while, and then they're like, all right, that's enough. I've had enough fun. My blood pressure's been raised quite enough. Anything off stage from megD? No, not even a weapon spawn. Grabs that second cannon, sidelight into the side air, gets the KO. Has a decent lead here. Let's see if Bunny can find a weapon quickly and get the KO, because the unarmed kit isn't going to be able to do it here. A little bit of a nice juggle coming out from megD to delay that weapon spawn just a little bit longer. Side air. Jump side air again. No, it's a recovery this time. The GC neutral heavy, not enough.
Okay, there we go. Just going to keep hitting that recovery. try to find a way to even this up. I mean, 15 damage, that's not bad for extra credit right now. In turn for Bunny, at least.
If Bunny can't find this KO quickly, we're staring down the barrel of a bracket reset. She was too afraid to throw out the recovery after the side light hit. There's the side sig, almost point blank. Evens things up in terms of stocks. She's only 45 damage behind, which is definitely not a lot. megD's able to grab the weapon so quickly, though. Shuts that down, interrupts the recovery that was coming in. Great move away from megD to then hit the side light on a Bunny. She's coming in with a sider, but doesn't have enough range.
Okay, there we go. Something to open it up, but man, megD has just been an absolute stalwart on the defensive end, just waiting for these openings and really kind of taking advantage of any sort of opening you can get.
She's still about 40 to 50 damage behind. She's done a great job of adding up damage, but it seems like the lead that megD had, he's just still holding on to it. Side air, potentially setting up. The weapon toss goes there. He's just going to wait. Here's the cannon right to him. Punish the landing with a downlight. No, it was just the side light. Could be something huge. Oh, he didn't get the touch in time. Is Bunny gonna get it off of that? Bunny gets the victory off of that. megD got too confident at the end. He thought he could go off stage and contest Bunny. Only 3 damage difference between them. 568 to 565 by the time that one was all said and done. No way.
And you know what? That certainly felt like an incredibly close game, too. I'm not surprised the difference was only that much, but I'm surprised that it ended like that. But here we are in a Game 5 situation. A little bit of extra momentum in the back of Bunny's pocket here. We'll see if she can convert to try and close out this bracket, or if megD's going to get the reset.
Yeah, she's coming from the winner's side, so a victory here for Bunny. She takes the entire tournament. Be a major win for her in her career. Meanwhile, if megD wins this, it's another best of 5 between these two players.
Okay, there we go. Oh, megD answered right back. Big damage. Nice little combo there. The weapon toss. There we go. The axe. I felt like we didn't see a lot of axe in the last game. Oh. And a lot of dancing around. These two are definitely respecting the hell out of each other. Uh-oh.
There's a side light. Bunny just a little bit too high for that second one. She made the smart move to jump and completely get away from it rather than coming back down. Oh, the neutral layers. Zoning neutral layers are so scary. Down air, yep, perfect. Almost got the end light, but a great GC side stick from Bunny. She gets the KO all the way from the right side of the stage. That signature can be so good because it grabs your opponent, it moves them towards the blast zone, and then does the big damage in 4-stomp.
Whoa, what a dodge. Great reaction from Bunny there.
Now they swap places. All right. Maybe surely he's not going to go off stage. Yeah, he's going to jump up, then okay, he's going to sidelight off the stage, and then not even go in after that one. He got the sidelight, he saw the sweat beads, and then was still being careful. He was getting flashbacks to the end of last game. He just has to throw out an in-light on the correct side of the stage. Just has to throw out a D-light neutral air, even a regular neutral air. Yeah, there's the D-light nair.
Bunny just going unarmed. I felt like after those first couple of hits, he probably could have disengaged, picked up that weapon, but she was trying to push that as far as she could. 44 damage now on the second stock, remaining untouched herself so far, but she just respawned. And there we go.
She also might have wanted the axe to come in, so if she picks up the weapon, loses her stock, all of a sudden the next weapon is gauntlets. I mean, the axe has been doing great so far. I don't know, I'm just guessing, but the way her axe has been so far on this second stock of megD, oh my gosh, she has such a lead here.
Yeah, dude, she's really building up this damage, like, phenomenally. Now you got these gauntlets coming through, changing up your speed. Oh, not going to get the recovery. Going for the ground pound here. megD just barely missing.
Oh, my gosh, that dodge from Bunny. See if she can find this stock off of megD. That would give her a lot of momentum going into final. She even pulls out of that skateboard just a little bit early. You slow down towards the end right in front of your opponent, and so they're able to react to it in time. But she pulls out of it. There's the down air. She needs to find a KO. Ooh. Even a little bit of extra stun off of the weapon toss, but it doesn't knock megD out of the in-light.
Okay, goes for the weapon toss, but megD gonna engage right as she tosses that. That's gonna be a stock, baby!
Dude, no! Not like this, Skiff. Bunny was on the precipice of going up 2-1 in stocks against megD here, and then she lost it after the double down air from the cannon. She's able to turn it around, only 28 damage behind. Last time we saw her going in with a deficit like this, it was last game. It was like a 43 damage deficit as megD was spawning in on his final stock.
There we go. He's going to get his gauntlets too. There's a gauntlet showdown on these final stocks here.
This is going to be an intense final stock. It could be really slow. Oh, the burn dodge. megD's going to put pressure. He's going to extend that for sure after that burn dodge from Bunny. Oh, the downer as well off the whiffed in light.
Oh, this is looking
Oh,
rough.
skiff.
Oh, does Bunny have another clutch? No,
punish on that!
What are you doing? You're just doing nothing at that point.
The stress is coming in for Bunny right now. It has to be that. The burn dodging for the sidelight as well. Dude, she was so close to winning this. It would have been her first win in a tournament ever, community or not, and we're getting a bracket reset. The experience from megD coming in clutch off of the double down air from the cannon on the right side, keeping that pressure going, whiffing moves right in front of Bunny, and she's too nervous to punish. Holy cow.
Man, that double dare 2000 coming through, man. Oh my God, that was such a great clutch there from megD on that right side of the stage. But here we are in the reset now. I mean, whatever happened last set, you got to throw that out. You know, you can't think about it at all. Both sides, like megD can't be like, okay, I got that W. Now I don't have to worry about anything. No, you got to play another set here. But the same thing from Bunny. If you're feeling any sort of way about it, you got to move on. It's all about what's going to happen here as we get into our first game of the Grand Finals reset here as we get into Fortress of Lions.
I know megD's not trolling, but if I was a troll, I would behave in the exact way that megD just did, typing in chat, "Is it reset yet?" and then forcing my opponent to say, "Yes, it is." He's just asking a genuine question, but that's also the way a troll would behave after just getting the bracket reset. Oh, what has he got here? Bad D-light. It's okay. It's early game. You're not really going to get any like a major impact play off of that.
I'll tell you what, though, this Onyx pick certainly was not something I think we were expecting, but it has been paying dividends for megD. Definitely seems like the answer because going off earlier, too, it was a 3-1 in Bunny's favor against the Levi. And Bunny just, I thought we were going to get this again, but no, this Onyx has just been phenomenal. There we go. The recovery, not going to close out that stock, but certainly putting on some decent damage here. However, Bunny does have a solid lead. The weapon toss, and that is going to burn the dodge and just not going to be able to recover. Bunny is certainly feeling a certain way and is trying to speed run this second set they can.
Okay, there's the in-light. Just barely whiffs that side signature. Sidelight again. Goes for the in-sig. A little bit of a mix-up. There's the in-light. Going to be a weapon toss here or no? Okay, yeah, there's the weapon toss.
Oh, just barely touching that wall.
I think he knew that he didn't have the range that he needed with a D-light. He would have been just like right behind Bunny, and then also he doesn't have the range with a side light to then bounce that off the wall and confirm the edge guard right after that, so it was just the spot dodge.
And he's forcing these side lights into recoveries too. He's just trying to find a way to close out the stock here. I mean, 207 on Rayman. All right, there we go. The Nair will certainly get it done, get it out of the way. 54 damage is really the only difference here right now.
So a little bit of information on this Onyx pick. He is level 57 with this Onyx. He has a black color scheme, so we knew it was past 25. He's level 57 on this, and it's one of his lower leveled gauntlet legends. Wusheng's higher, Val is higher, Petra's higher, and then it's Onyx.
Mm-hmm. Which is crazy because, like, how deep do your pockets go at that point? You know, like.
I mean, he's a gauntlet guy, so it's just going to be like such an easy transition for him over onto this legend. And then he just like, he throws out reasonably safe cannon moves. He throws out the end lights. He throws out the neutral layers, the D lights, all of that. Just like fundamental cannon play, which is relatively easy to learn for a player like at this caliber. So it just feels like a natural option.
Yeah, no, it's been phenomenal. But the fact that you had all those other gauntlet legends that you're just so much more familiar with, and you go with the Onyx. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I really thought that. I thought that second one was gonna hit. That was skin of the teeth type stuff, man. You buy a lottery ticket after that one, the way you were lucky.
Oh, great air dodge it. There we go. Gonna get the D-light into the recovery. Gonna be able to close that out. Well done by Bunny here. But megD is certainly not out by any means.
A win here, especially a confident win for Bunny in this bracket reset, would go really well in terms of like building her confidence and building her like momentum in this set after just getting reset when it seemed like it was in her fingertips.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Don't let him do the double dare again, please.
Dude, that was such a crazy turnaround. That really won the set. That was nuts. But here we are right now, 173, just looking for a way to get back onto the stage, and we're going to see at least one to close it out. And now 50 damage, all that separates the two of these players.
I'm looking at Bunny and megD, and like I'm getting shades of Balloon Boy and Marky Moo, where it seems like Bunny's in control. It seems like she's good, and then all of a sudden, in this case, it's megD. He's able to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat and just bring it back.
Well, it's kind of like what you've mentioned a few times now, that tournament experience, knowing like how deep you can actually go. I mean, his bracket stamina is phenomenal, right? To be able to play the play style that he does and make it so far and so deep in the bracket so often, it really speaks to like just how strong of a player he is.
D-Light into the recovery, swapping over to the KO options. Here we go. There's a side light. The neutral air, almost like one more will do it. A D-Light neutral air definitely will do it. Even from the main ground. There's the in-light from Bunny. She's not out of this one yet. The recovery. Oh, she jumps just in time to avoid the neutral air. The side light. Great weapon toss.
Oh, I feel like she could have let the recovery rip there, but goes for the Sarah and gets that first game. Oh, my God. Oh. Geez, I feel like I could watch these two play for a long time. These two have such like crazy different styles, but the way that they are like adapting to each other constantly as the sets go on has been phenomenal to watch.
I'm definitely seeing that reflected in the numbers from last game because megD put out 600 damage and Bunny only put out 563. So she was able to get all of megD's stocks noticeably earlier, and megD wasn't able to consistently and early enough in those stocks. That's due to like the evasion from Bunny, the way we saw her like jump out of that whiffed axe recovery towards the end of last game to then get away from the incoming neutral air from megD. She was just doing a good job of avoiding all of those KO options once megD has the cannon in his hand. Doing that, especially at the end, was great for her.
Yeah, for sure. Here we go right now. All right. It's a little bit of some chippy damage to get going here, but this axe really making some plays right now, building up some damage for herself. megD, man, has been answering back pretty well. Basically, anytime Bunny gets something going, megD has been doing a pretty good job of responding.
Again, sending her over to the edge with the neutral air, but he's not going to press off stage. Good in light. Is she going to swap over? There's a weapon spawn on the field. It seems like she wants to make the move back to it, but I think I'm just making things up. Oh,
no!
Side air's the wrong direction after dodging straight up, and that's really going to hurt her. If she would have diagonal dodged towards the stage and then done a side air, she might have been able to make it back, but that's tough, especially because megD's only like in orange, not even in red yet. There's the in light, getting him closer to red. Almost one more in light, I think, will put him red.
Well, you can certainly close this out. I mean, you got a little bit of damage on you right now, but that's not too much. Ooh, tried to go for the double dip there. These dares have definitely been connecting. Oh, nice that weapon toss. That was actually really sick.
No! Oh, and Bunny goes with the gravity cancel down heavy. We've seen megD recover with that neutral signature. Gravity canceled over onto the wall multiple times now. So I don't know what she thought was going to happen with that gravity cancel down heavy as opposed to like going in with just a recovery or maybe a gravity cancel neutral heavy. The neutral heavy might be a little bit reckless and bold in that moment, whereas the recovery would be the safer option. Nice stuff.
Dude, big responses from megD here. We're going to be able to get that wall? No, 64 is all you were able to get. This is definitely looking like a great response from megD right now.
Massive lead from megD. Already threw out a 3-piece, 4-piece. Ending that one with a dare. Is he going to find his way back in with another dare? Sidelight neutral air. The weapon toss up just in case megD wants to lane with a dare. Nice side air after that too. Right along the ground. There's the in-light coming out from megD. Doesn't quite get the turnaround neutral air. There's the in-light again. Oh, man. He's a full stock up now. A proper full stock up.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough one. Okay, Bunny kind of going for a Hail Mary right there, trying to get something. We do get the stock out of the way. 115's not bad, but we're going to need to see a Bunny stock for sure. Okay,
that's not going to be the best way to start it out. Okay, she does find a 2-piece right after that, after megD threw the in-light a little bit too in front of her.
Oh, dude, and this cannon
Great spot dodge.
This cannon has done a great job for megD of clutching out these moments as well, just really solidifying and closing out these games. But now we got to see Bunny really try to find a way in, and has been doing pretty good. Whoa, okay, we went for something crazy there. She's going unarmed, so she's feeling confident, I guess.
I mean, she's doing such a fantastic job of getting around the combo starters or string starters coming out from megD. He threw out like 4 or 5 sidelights, and all of them whiffed. but a cannon can survive on piecemeal. It can survive on one hit at a time, one inlight at a time, one neutral air at a time, and you eventually will win as long as you... Oh! That wasn't enough! All of the defense and the extra recovery wasn't able to find the connection either. megD over on the corner. Does he dash an inlight?
Oh, wow, okay, what the call out? And answering back, too. Both these guys just throwing haymakers.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
She was going to be expecting the dash in inlight or just like the weight in front of her inlight. So he moved back as she came forward. The D-light moves you out a little bit forward and then has that longer range, going to be one of the longest range cannon moves that are on the ground. So moving back, throwing out that D-light, and then hitting the neutral air true combo for the KO off the top. Great patience from megD there at the end after already priming your opponent for like a little bit of a forward move. Not off stage, but just a little bit forward coming in with that inlight. That's what Bunny shut down with the axe side air, then backing up, completely going the other direction. D-light, neutral air, gets the KO, gets the game.
Very well done. And now we're going to go for a change of scenery here as we go into game 3. Demon Island coming out to play. And I don't really know who I feel like this benefits Bunny more. But like, I mean, obviously megD has just been playing incredible, so.
Landing side air to get on the stage, then jumping actually high, kind of giving up a little bit of stage control there. No D-light over the corner, anything like that. megD definitely slowing things down here. He's like moving forward, but he's not committing with any attacks. Excuse me. D-light into the down air, almost gets the turnaround down air.
A lot of good movement there, and just wasn't able to do anything for it. All right. Bunny certainly struggling to get some damage on, but here we go. The axe coming through. Big swings, big damage, and now taking a lead.
Man, the juggle game coming through, but there's the side air. Sending over, neutral air, sending up. Doesn't get the second one right after that. There's the inlight again. megD, he needs to be a little bit more careful with these inlights that he's throwing out. He's throwing a lot of them out the wrong direction when Bunny's right behind him. She gets the KO off of that. She is like really close to KO damage. She's at 147 right now, but we are on Demon Island, so it's not just going to be like a simple D-light neutral air here, especially the low strength. Just the weight on that. The aura, dude.
Just sat there staring at each other. Something very uncharacteristic, but you know what? It's kind of cool. But there we go. Oh my god, dude, megD's been so on top of those cannon dares. My goodness.
You went deep with that one too. Like sometimes you see the pivot cannon down there like right over on the wall, but that one was pretty deep in the push off column, whereas all the ones before that he was doing were over like towards the blast zone, and this one was towards like the below the stage.
There we go. Yep. Boom, boom. Again, onesies, twosies on this axe, but man, it's certainly building up some damage here, which is definitely something Bunny needs right now. There we go. Nice.
And she did a great job of like not getting punished on her landing and then turning it around and turning that into stage control against megD. There's a down air again, neutral air as well. Went to throw up. I don't know if she wanted to get the weapon pickup into an axe recovery or probably the unarmed recovery for potential KO off the top and then get the regrab.
Dude, the aggression she had right there was nuts. And the recovery going to be able to take that one out. megD extending a little further than he should have, but you know what they say, you reach, I teach. And Bunny now has the lead here. Going to be looking for some extra credit as well.
megD without a weapon. Doesn't even throw out a single move before picking up the cannon. There's the inlight. Goes in with a really telegraphed ground pound. That could have been a bait ground pound. That he could turn into something else. As Bunny came in for the punish, he gets the counter punish. Just barely getting away. I don't think megD was ready to be in that position to then turn around and hit like a GC sidelight or anything like that. So it's just a little bit of a delay before he gets the KO right after that. And we are on even. We can barely be more even. Only 12 damage on megD right now.
Okay, but there we go. These nairs coming into play here. Here's that axe, man. It's been the MVP of this game so far for Bunny. And I think
that down air.
Yeah, what's been really huge too is that Bunny has not been overextending with this axe at all. She finds her hits, maybe follows up, but doesn't push anything further than she really needs to. Oh, that axe coming through the toss.
The little bit. Oh, he doesn't regrab the weapon. It was right there.
Ooh. Okay,
lands with a ground pound, not a down air. The two-piece from Bunny. Can she get further juggle? She lets megD land. There's the weapon toss. She gets in. There's the sidelight. She waits. Oh. The turnaround side air. What are these options coming up for Bunny?
Oh, okay, just landed right on top of him. Ugh, the nair. Okay, gonna be able to get on 206. Oh, God, this is getting really tense.
megD's gonna back up again. Swap over onto the cannon.
Oh, no, you should have let
Yeah,
it
he
rip.
gets away. He completely gets away.
Oh, oh my
Wow,
God.
that was enough to do it! I didn't think that was going to do it. I thought he was just going to survive by the skin of his teeth. 625 damage, so not the most efficient, but she still wraps it up.
Oh, man. All right. Well, here we are, 2-1. This is a reversal, I believe, from the last set here. We're going to see if megD can try to clutch it out, but it looks like after enough games, Bunny's starting to figure out how she needs to be playing against this Onyx. And again, needs one more W to close this bracket out.
So where is it? I'm trying to find it. Because there was a crew battle tournament, a community crew battle tournament that Bunny won back in 2024. It was Frostbite Crew Battle number 4. She did it with Bread Mafia. But other than that, she has never won a tournament, 1v1 or 2v2, official or community. So a win here for Bunny. That's again why I think the stress really started hitting her towards the end of last set, is she's looking at her first win of all time, and it would be here against megD in the grand finals of Platfight 2025.
Yeah, maybe just getting that first out of the way of just feeling so close. I mean, maybe you get those nerves out of the way there too.
Yep.
So here we are right now. She's looking pretty good.
Oh, this is scary. She's sweat beads. Okay.
Oh,
She got her dodge back just in time, and she's going to turn this one around. And the GC side sync, she finishes it up. Only has 57 damage on the stock. She's looking amazing on the edge. megD is not going to go down there again. There is no shot.
I mean, there's a reason why we've been seeing megD not go off stage all this time, right? When Bunny's out there, and he did once, and look what happened, man. The reversal potential is too high. The risk is too great, and you paid for it. Here we go, a couple in there. She's trying to find something to get going here. 105 is the damage on Bunny right now. What's your play, megD?
Oh, this is going to be really scary. He just throws out the dare, and she's able to get back in time. No weapon toss or anything like that. It basically took everything for her to get back. He could have played carefully. Just throws out a neutral signature, but Bunny was grounded, punished with a neutral light. The spot dodge there. Bunny doesn't gravity cancel it. There's the side light. She goes right down back to the stage. There could have been another side light there, but she had a dodge. So the fact that she just moved down back to the main stage prevented any like major, huge damage coming out from megD.
Oh, just barely missing out on that nair. Okay, goes for weapon toss. Against the weapon toss. Tosses the axe now. And there we go. First stock off the board, getting 81 extra credit. Definitely felt like it slowed down a little bit after that stock. megD definitely started turning up the clutch factor just a little bit, trying to find a way to turn things around. But again, Bunny still with such a great lead.
Let's see if she can hold on to this. There was a side light. No major follow-up after this. Recovery. Great recovery. And like, megD's going to recover high, though. There's the side air as well. There is a weapon spawn on the stage, so she could swap if she wants to. She's going to throw the weapon out, grab the axe, jump side air, does miss. Just takes a neutral air, so not bad.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, 4-piece. And a 5-piece with a side air. And the side light gives it a 6.
All right, but can Bunny find a way to clutch this out here? Big opening. Oh, just didn't let anything rip. Was just trying to wait to see what megD was going to do. And instead, you throw out nothing, and now you're in a bad position. You get back to stage, neutral, reset here.
Dude, megD getting so many unanswered hits. Just barely misses that GC side light after the first one. Oh, she drops the GCT light into the recovery. That would have been the KO, almost certainly.
Oh,
Yep,
the
there it is.
reversal. 181, though. This stock could disappear very quickly. Can we get anything onto this stock before we lose the second? There we go. A little bit of something.
She has to keep him off cannon. Oh, he gets the cannon right away. I know she wanted to swipe that out from underneath him, but she didn't have the time before megD grabbed that cannon, gets the stock. Skiff, man. The way this one's going, I don't know. Win for Bunny here is her first tournament ever.
It's definitely a little shaky here for sure. Okay, there we go. Just something. And again, you know, she's got the damage lead here, but again, just to harp on it one more time, Onyx has such high defense, right? That even though you have the damage lead here, it's probably about even in just in terms of how much defense both these characters have.
She's getting a lot of unanswered damage, though. That side air almost made contact. It was the side light into the neutral air, sending him over. There's a 2-piece from megD. He doesn't get the read on the down air. There's the side air.
I want to see that axe come into play. Definitely start racking some of that damage up. And there we go. The axe comes
She's
through.
thinking about it, too. Neutral air just barely whiffing. There's the down air. She go for another one. Oh, the side light. She's going to get punished by a down air from megD. megD giving her plenty of room. You see her moving forward. He moves back.
megD's playing very respectful right now. And again, that's the patience that megD's known for.
He's just whiff punishing. He's going to wait for her to whiff a move, and then he's going to punish it. Piece by piece, she can't fall for the bait.
All right,
Nice.
This is huge. Oh, isn't able to get a follow-up there. But megD with the counterpunch.
The weapon toss down. The recovery comes out from Bunny. The jumping neutral airs back and forth. There's a down air. Doesn't get the bounce pass into the neutral air. There's a down air. Does she go for the neutral air? No, she sticks on the ground. Goes for the sideline read. Oh my gosh! megD with the recovery gets the KO off the top. Denies the victory there and pushes it to game 5 of the reset. That means game 10 of Grand Finals.
Oh my goodness, like game 10. You know what? I'm all for it, man. Game 10 between these two. It has certainly been nerve-wracking games from start to finish. Oh.
What game comes after us? Is Rivals 2 after us? I know that.
Yeah.
They're the bunny holding up the clock meme right now because they're ready to go, and we're going to game 10 of Grand Finals. Sorry, Rivals 2.
Excuse me, is this the Rivals 2 waiting room? Yes, it is. Sit your ass down and just wait a little bit. You'll get your game.
Sorry,
Don't worry.
brother. We got Brawlhalla to play.
We got
Enjoy
Brawlhalla
your
to
stay
play.
here at the Brawlhalla Hotel.
All right, but here we go.
Dude, we're on Most Isley. Why are we on Most Isley for game 10? No one is ever losing their stock off the top. We're gauntlet players. You know we KO with recoveries off the top. Not on this map, brother. It's not going to happen here. We need to see it off the side or the bottom.
I mean, you know what? Actually, if this is just oh wait, no, it's not Bunny's pick. Yeah, so I don't know, man. This is kind of weird about like both of them. I mean, the other weapons are good to kind of like because Bunny has no problem playing the axe, right? Like we've seen some good damage come out there, and she'll get those stocks off the side. I'm not sure about this pick, and also like we haven't seen this all day in top 8.
I think it's just a goofy pick. I think whoever like is gonna adapt to the goofiness of it, and whoever can. Okay, you're being a little bit bold with that one, Bunny. That gave megD plenty of time. He's not really gonna fall for that.
See, oh, but it doesn't matter. It was all a bait, right? It was just leading into the weapon toss. Not really a bait, but you know, whatever. But either way, though, off to a great start. But hey, we've seen this story play out before where Bunny gets this huge, strong lead, and then megD just does his thing and just slowly grinds the game down into his favor.
That's what worries me the most about Mos Eisley is his ability to shark, and then also the survivability inherent to his character that you see on any map, no matter what you pick. But then also the inherent survivability specifically on this map with its really high ceiling and its far away blast zones. It's just I don't know. KOing him is going to be tough. Like Bunny already did it once. We'll see if she can keep it up. She has the lead here. Gets the neutral air.
But yeah, but she's only gotten 10 damage so far. Like, okay, 22. Excuse me.
Well, she hasn't gotten hit with any KO moves, which that's the point. There came the D-Light from megD. She was overspacing it.
Okay.
See, even that doesn't sit off screen. She's 176 now.
All right, hang on. Does she still have... Okay, there we go. That's something...
She'll have a dodge. There's the insig. Yeah, it's not going to give it to her. Doesn't cover enough room. It has a lot of movement on it, but still not enough there. And megD didn't go down there, didn't potentially give her the hit to then give Bunny the chase dodge on hit that she can then chase dodge up and get back over to the wall, completely avoiding everything. It's a smart play from megD.
Yep. Okay, there we go. It's landing right in front of him once again, man. This is what megD does. He's going to take his time. He's not worried about making sure the game is going at a smooth pace. He doesn't care about the fans at home. He doesn't care about his opponent. The only thing he cares about is getting that W right now, and he's certainly working his way towards it. A lot of damage on him, though, 135. Bunny's certainly trying to grind out this stock for sure. But megD, man, I mean, what else do we got to say about it?
The Onyx swap, it's been so good. That's going to hit him, but he has Gauntlet side air, and then Bunny comes in, hits the tap it in, the GCD light into the ground pound for the KO. She has a nice lead here, not even halfway through this stock yet, and she's in a great spot. There's the side light going back down. There's the neutral air into the GC in light. Great bounce pass to herself, backing up just a little bit, doesn't throw out the side light.
Okay. Oh. All right.
Dude, megD's just running to the other side of the stage.
He's just back and forth, yeah. But hey, I mean, like, that's part of the game plan, just kind of like wasting your opponent's time. They're going to get antsy after a while. That's just what a lot of platform fighter players do. They get antsy if nothing's happening. It's just a fact of the game. So they start doing things they wouldn't normally do.
Dude, she almost got that read. The GC sidelight back towards the stage. That would have been so sick on a megD going through her. She would have got the dodge off it too. There's the down air. Please, Bunny, live this. Oh, no, she can't. She doesn't have enough to get back. Skiff. We're in game 10. Bunny's potential first tournament win ever of all time. It would hurt. I don't want to be biased, but it would hurt to see megD take this one. No disrespect to megD.
I don't think that's bias at all. You know, when you're that invested into the community, you see this all the time, you know? But 130, though, this is definitely not a bad spot to be in. But again, megD on the other side. We've seen what he does. He takes his time. That's a huge Sair. Weapon toss, maybe. What are we going to go for?
One more Sair has maybe got a KO. I'm not sure. Onyx has a ton of defense here. It's okay. megD still has double the damage that Bunny does. The neutral air doesn't get the second one, so no bounce pass.
Oh, okay, but here we go. The gauntlets coming out for both of them right now.
Ooh. She can't get too hasty with those side signatures whatsoever.
Oh, goes for the ground pound.
I love that he pulled out of that ground pound so early just to mix up the timing. The sidelight, the neutral air, the recovery, not enough to KO off the top. One more of those has to do with the delay recovery, and Bunny did it! Bunny in her first tournament win ever in Game 10 of Grand Finals against megD's Onyx. Bunny is your 2025 Platfight Brawlhalla 1v1 champion. I can't believe she did it, man. She did it at Platfight, baby.
What a set. What, two sets, two fantastic sets going the distance here. Game 10. And finally, after all that time, just getting one underneath your belt, man. Wow. You got to hand up to Bunny. You know, I'm super